it wasn't instant like it was just now. Like it was relatively quick. And last time I was able to get like 20 chats into the chat. So all right, let me just make sure. We're good. We're live. For the people who see this, we're not streaming on Twitch. I thought if you guys are at the very beginning of streaming, you guys knew that I tried my best to foolproof against this situation, but it genuinely does not seem like diagnosable outside of like Streamlabs or Twitch issue, which it doesn't seem like a Streamlabs issue because like Streamlabs wasn't getting the error. I think it's literally like a server thing. I might have to like call about server or my ISP about like what's happening on that end, because like with Psy this time I had Discord, so Discord dropped for like a second and then it was back up. Everything was reloading, everything was fine. But yeah, Twitch went down, YouTube went down, and it didn't even do like Streamlabs. The other thing about Streamlabs is that Streamlabs has, and I set it to retry for like 10 minutes. Nope. And Streamlabs never recognized. Yeah, it said I was still streaming. So it's so weird. Like, I guess like something happened and it like, I guess it's like a DDoS, but like in reverse. And then after a certain point, like my Streamlabs isn't sending the signal that way, which I guess would be like an upload throttle. Maybe I have to talk to my ISP. It could be like my ISP sees like 5 hours of straight upload and they're like, what the hell? Who is uploading this much?
Yeah, get this guy out of here.
Yeah. Who's throttling it?
It just sucks that it starts a brand new stream and it doesn't reset though, because now like I bet so many people are in the old stream still just waiting.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was doing for a second. I was like, wait a minute, like this isn't the right chat.
Yeah. Which is kind of like Twitch doesn't have that issue because it's all in one thing. YouTube hasn't coded for that yet, but that'd be a nice thing. It's not that hard to do. Twitch also has VODs, and if you click on the current VOD, it takes you to the live. And YouTube could easily just clone implement that. And it's honestly really nice to have too. But there is I'm not gonna say what the bug is, but by today's standard, it wouldn't be considered a bug in the past, but by today's standard, it's a bug. And I'm not gonna say what it is because I abuse it, so I don't want it to get patched. But yeah, I'm waffling a little bit because I'm waiting for the people to pool in. I'm not saying Par is a boomer, but he sure does have boomer-esque number of.
That's so funny.
Okay. If you want to see a boomer, go to Morge's stream. All right, my man didn't know how to use 2 monitors. All right, I'm out here diagnosing. Morge doesn't know what ISP even stands for. All right, listen.
Yeah, Morge doesn't really use the internet. I realized.
Yeah. And I met him in real life, and I verified it with his phone. I had to help him with his phone, and he tried to act, bro. Morge is so funny. We were at a karaoke bar and the menu was a QR code, like a lot of places are doing. And he goes, hey, Par, can I see your phone? Like, I can't do QR codes. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do QR codes? He's like, my phone's too old. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take Morge at face value because I know what, like, oh, he might. Hey, that's dope if you have a flip phone, if you have a Nokia, like a brick. And I'm like, oh, what phone do you have? He goes,
a smartphone.
An S9. So it's an older phone. And I'm like, Morge, your phone can do QR codes. You know that, right? And he's like, no, it can't. I swear. And then like, it didn't, like he showed it to me and it didn't work for like a second. And then I just went onto his phone and his camera app. And I just went to the, like, one, I just, like, tapped it. And then it went through, and I was like, Morge. And I was like, in what world? Your phone is old, but it's still Samsung Android. It's not like some alien technology
Yeah, it's
that
like
we.
not an old Nokia or something.
Yeah. If he told me like, oh,
The
like
era before QR codes existed.
yeah, if he told me he has like a G1 Microsoft like discontinued phone, then I'd be like, okay, plausible. But even then, it would still be able to do QR codes, and that was me with QR codes until I pre-placed it. This what do you mean pre-placed it?
Power sacrificing Morse to get out of allegations. Yeah,
No,
that's
I'm
your
not.
scapegoat.
I'm not sacrificing.
You think I'm bad with technology? Look at this caveman.
Yeah, I'm no.
Everybody point and laugh at him.
Hey. If you guys, I'm just telling you what.
I can't drive? Well, have you seen all of Asia? Have you seen the streets of India?
Size projecting right now. Driving's your part of Asia.
Car is crazy for that.
Your part.
I would not.
No,
I would never throw somebody under the bus like Par does.
No one goes. Oh, that must. That I got into a car accident. Must have been an Indian woman. They always go. Must have been a. You know. There's no melanin in
I got pulled up for bad driving. Check out Chinatown, man. Come on.
Yeah. And the racism doesn't even come from the part of the world. It comes from a physical property. That's why those people say that. They're out here like, yo, maybe I wouldn't drive either in IMAX, right? Like that's what they're saying. Oh no, they're saying that we have IMAX. They don't have IMAX because it's that way. I
remember at one point my boss bought like a new car. And it's like I don't even know what it was. It was like a really nice car, and he occasionally shops at like this Asian supermarket here in Oklahoma. And literally 2 days within having it, somebody like door dinged him super hard and slammed a shopping cart into his car. And he was really mad, obviously, but I was like, dude, what you expect, man? You're in Chinatown, dude. These guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. They barely speak English, man. Come on.
It's because everywhere else
he
is
signed up for that.
Everywhere else, it's not even. It's funny because the trope, like, it doesn't carry to like, oh, like, if it was because I don't even know how to explain it, but in reality, in a lot of Asian countries, actually all of them, public transportation is way more prominent. Even as a dude, you're not really that expected. When you have the money to buy a car, and that's more convenient than just using public transportation, for most people, even rich people, you're gonna have a driver. Like if you're at that point and you have a car, you can afford one, and it's like necessary, you're rich enough to have a driver. So like most people don't even drive because it's like you're gonna have. And then if you are, you're not driving like America. Even from America to Europe, driving is so different. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why Europe like even drives. they're at least
they use scooters and tractors. Yeah.
Like some of the roads are way too narrow, and it's like, bro, you don't have small cars because it's better for the environment. You have small cars because your roads are not wider. Like I drove in a rural part, and that place made sense to have a narrow car. But that was the place where everyone had wide cars. And I'm like, yo, you guys aren't good enough to be driving two people on these wide roads. And like, so dude, I was in Ireland.
If only we lived in Japan. In Japan, you wouldn't even need a car, bro. No driver's license, no nothing. You're chilling. But I mean, they're such a small country, though, so it makes sense.
Yeah. And then that was the other difference is like city driving versus like driving in general. I think in America you can conflate the two, but like my God, bro, in Ireland, and I saw it again recently. The lines on the road. And I saw a UK video too. Those shits don't make sense. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, the closest thing is like New Jersey, which they cater their laws to their terrible drivers. So that's why if you go to New Jersey on any main road, you can't turn left because they don't believe that their drivers can turn left efficiently. So they made all highways and all major roads only have right. So you have off ramps that have double U-turns and you could only turn right. Because they were like, yeah, it just impedes traffic if we have left, or we have to do like an overpass. And it's like, okay, I can get that for like highways, but like not all the stuff. And like, that's also not true, because you can just make an overpass. And it's not that much more expensive than what you're doing, because you're doing double. But man, when I drove in Ireland, I'm like, what is this jagged line? Why are the buses coming down you're telling me this one way?
What are they doing here?
For a passenger car is a one way for a bus on the opposite direction. I'm sorry, like this one is one of those things where you should not be renting cars to Americans. Like, they just won't get it, like, you know. But and in that point, they have better public transportation, so you don't necessarily need it. We only needed a car because my wife wanted to go rural, which she's like, wait, you can drive in Europe? And I was like, trust me, babe, I got this.
I'll figure it out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. The hardest part was just the left side driving thing.
But what you should have done, you should have like licked your finger and put it on the ground, and you're like, I got it, babe.
No, I straight up did that. I was like, the wind's blowing. That means we're sailing this ship, baby. Anywhere where the wind blows, I got you. And she's just like, oh, okay. And then we were good. I never got a ticket and didn't get into an accident, you know. And I think this is my best. This is my claim to fame. Because if you're driving on the other side of the road and you don't know where you're going, you don't know the roads, and you're driving like out of the city, Google Maps should not be accurate for you. But it was for me. My wife, every time we put in a thing, she's like, okay, it says 3 hours. I'm going to just calculate for 4 because like driving would be hard. I got there under time, baby. I was good. Yeah, I was good. All I remember is that one Porsche Cayenne that should not have been on that road, bro. But there was this one okay, I'm yapping too much. But the other part is they don't put guardrails where they need them. I was driving on the side of the mountain.
The lack of guardrails is so scary.
I drove on the side of the mountain. When I look out my window, it's literally no land. And the next thing I see is
I'm gonna
ocean.
fucking die.
Yeah, my wife almost pissed her pants because the only reason why she didn't was because I was driving further so she couldn't see what I was seeing, because I'm on the left side. I'm just seeing death. I don't see any land. She's like, man, it must be really scary to drive on this thing, but like I see land. I wonder what it's like from your point. Don't look. Don't get up. Don't see this. Don't.
Right now my asshole is clenched.
Yeah, that shit was spooky. Oh god.
Japan is a small country. Oh yeah, dude. Japan's a super small country in terms of like landmass. Yeah. I mean, like, even by
Texas
is double the size of Japan, and Texas has like only 20% of Japan's population. Yeah. Like Japan has so many people in such a small area. Yeah, so that's why public transportation is like such a big thing over there.
And they have trains, and they like trains, which I wish we liked.
Yeah, trains. They like trains. They're very
Asia likes trains. Bro, trains are so cool. I wish I could
the train. It's aura. Yeah.
No, as long as the train isn't in America, bro. Like, my wife had to take the train up here in New York, and she would be like, it's fine, because whatever. And then, like, I'm like, I don't trust trains. And I shit you not, every single time I said that, breaking news, Amtrak derailed off, and it's the route that she needed to take. I'm like, this isn't giving me, I'm just driving you. It's just, it's an extra hour for me, but it's, I don't get to see a headline where my wife is. She's like, yeah, but fucking most dead. People survived. And I'm like, yeah, except for the people who didn't. Like, it's a good thing that you could say some people did survive, but like There were people who died on the news. You can't win with me.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
don't exactly want to gamble with that.
Yeah, it's like she's just like, yeah, but most of the people, 99%. It's like that's still 10 people who died. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't trust you to survive if the train is off the rail. Like, what are you gonna do? Climb? Like my wife tripped on even
you survive
floor.
that, and then somebody else on the train kills you.
Yeah,
like you're just in there with like a serial killer, psychopath. It's like, well,
yeah, some guy,
two things at once.
Someone who can survive a train crash, bro. I trust you with the bear. But yeah, the yap session. I was waiting for the more of the viewers to hop in. And I comment. Oh, did I comment on the last one? I don't even think people see the comments on the last stream. Oh shit, no, people did comment on the last stream. Wait, guys, I'm on this new stream.
The shepherd is doing a bad job leading the flock.
Stream. I thought I did. I just had dementia. Stream super chats. There we go. I'll pin it. Oh, I didn't say where. Oh no, I did say where, but I didn't say.
At that point, you might as well just link it.
I can do links. I
forgot. But also, because I exited out of your old chat, I can't view the super chats anymore, so it's all on you, Par.
Yeah, I have them.
Okay.
That's.
I refreshed the page and it was all gone.
That's the one good thing about Streamlabs.
I'm sure you can see it on the back end of YouTube too, but yeah.
Yeah. And I read the first two, so I know where to end.
Oh, dude. What? While you're getting that, I really hope there's no chapter next week, man. It's fucking Christmas. Come on.
Christmas post-Christmas, right?
Wait, what?
Like 26th?
Yeah, like I hope there's no like chapter that week in general.
Oh yeah. Also, I realized because I stream on Fridays.
I kind of hope there's just a break.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, 100%.
Like there is a break, but obviously with spoilers, we could just get the chapter next week, which I mean is fine. I do want the next One Piece chapter. I want to know what's up, but you know what I mean? It's like, damn, it's one of those things. It's holidays, man.
Yeah.
Magazine break, the chapter. Okay, but the thing is, magazine break doesn't always mean that we won't get the chapter because leakers often do get the chapters in advance. And then it's up to the leakers on whether or not like we get the spoilers and etc. Like I know there's like, I think last year, the year before, they held it back so we didn't get spoilers till Friday or Saturday. And then we got like a weird like Monday or Tuesday chapter drop.
Yeah.
But sometimes like if there's a magazine break, they'll just do like the regular thing where it's like, oh, spoilers on Tuesday and then Wednesday, blah, blah. Yeah. So it's all like very, like we don't know. I think that's my thing.
I think it
living in suspense
be that we don't get it because something Fiso said last time. Not that he speaks for TCB and not that he's saying that we won't get it, but he was like, there has been a clampdown on these certain things, and one of the main ones that got like actually like sort of litigated was the store owner part of it, them releasing early. And I'd imagine, yeah, we're still getting it on the schedule that we're getting, which is primarily because of those stores and people's access to them. But the clampdown probably exists during the holidays a little bit more, especially like a Christmas one. Like it'd be literally like they tracked the leaker and they did it Christmas weekend. And the even show should be like, come on, brother, it's Christmas. What are we doing?
It's Christmas, dude. Let us go.
Yeah, we were
like I said, I want the chapter, but at the same time, it's like I mean, I think a break would be kind of nice. I'm gonna be honest. If we had to pick a week, just give us a break on here for Christmas.
Yeah, and
Japan celebrates Christmas too, so it's not just like an American thing. Like Japan does celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, like as a nation, not just like the people there.
Yeah.
Which. This is coming from the most brain broken spoiler guy. Even he is like, hey guys, if there's any time to show restraint,
guys, come on.
It's Christmas. Not even Santa Claus is coming down the chimney with One Piece, bro. Like, imagine that one kid who writes up, Santa, could I please have the new One Piece chapter? And Santa responds back, no, bitch, it's Christmas. Like, let's chill out. Oh, God.
I thought Japan looked smaller because of where it is on the map. I mean, it looks bigger because of where it is on the map. It's actually smaller. And let me look it up. Texas compared to Japan.
No, I think
Texas
that they're saying like, I think they're saying
268,000 square miles. Japan is only 145.
Yeah,
so
I think
Japan
they're saying
is almost
that
double the size
because of the globular nature of the thing. Japan looks more small, but even when you blow up Japan to the size that it is, in the grand scheme of like America, it's not like we can't compare their, like the trains and stuff, but that's not to say that
publish the chapters.
America can't do trains
during magazine breaks as much. They do. The thing is, there's just not a lot of magazine breaks, but every time there is a magazine break, we do get the chapter in advance.
Yeah.
Still.
And the only
the most recent one was like Golden Week, I think, and we did get it early.
Yeah. And actually, we did get a leaker delay. What, like 3-4 weeks ago with the they blocked out the things, right? I think Viso is saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the leakers will block out the text so that it delays the chapter by a day or two.
Yeah, and we don't know necessarily. At least we don't know. But Viso came into the chat was saying that, so maybe TC, like that's one of those weird ones. Like, so the leakers leaked it, but they didn't like. That's like holding your pee a little bit. That's a little unnatural. You know what I mean? Like,
but
what is this read on?
Yeah, it's up to them.
Yeah,
and
so that's
like they try to like upsell it to like TCB or like the other people where it's like, hey, if you want it though, like we'll sell it to you for this price. I bet.
Yeah.
It's like a whole economy back there.
Yeah. Well, allegedly, we don't know.
There's no money there, actually.
There's no tiered subscription to anything. I don't know what you're talking about. That'd be so crazy. Yeah.
Also, give me 1 second. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
All right, sounds good. Y'all think we getting some variation of Ivar the Boneless in One Piece? Wait, what? Ivar the Boneless? The boneless part, yeah. But the boneless is a Ivar. Oh, this is actually important for me. Huh. Was a Viking leader who led invasions into England and Ireland, according to Tale of Ragnar Lubrook. Yes, Lubrook. He was the son of Athlog and her husband Ragnar Lubrook. I'm mispronouncing all that. I apologize. Was the brother of Bjorn. Ironside. That's so crazy. All these other names are so like Viking, and then it's just Ironside, which is still Viking, but like when I'm reading it, it's like English, Sigurd Snake. Wait, what? Was the brother of Bjorn Ironside Havaldin and Sigurd Snake in the Eye? That's his name? Oh, his real name is Ragnarsson. Gotcha. Snake in the Eye is crazy. However, it isn't. Wait, isn't that kind of important? Snake in the Eye? Is that Loki? Why is he called Snake in the Eye as part of Sigurd's name denotes a physical characteristic? He was born with a. Wait, what? Whoa! What the hell? Sigurd, the Snake in the Eye, as part of Sigurd's name denoted a physical characteristic. He was born with a mark in his left eye, described as the image in the Ouroboros. Wait, is that Loki? Is Sigurd, Snake in the Eye, supposed to be Loki? Birthmark, I put this in your Discord years ago. Oh shit. Wait, we didn't have Loki's eye thing for years now. It's only been 6 months, right? Since we got the eye thing. Because it was in the flashback. You couldn't have... Objection, Your Honor! Something's fishy afoot. You never watched Vikings? No, I didn't. Yo, I caught the Parcast. Now my dad. Oh, it's Par Blind Spot. I was like, why would your dad beat you? Since Loki was mentioned. So 11/31, which I guess that is a year ago. That's a year ago, not a years ago. All right, but yeah, I believe that you put it in the Discord years ago. But we you know, that hey, you gotta admit, from my point of view, I just clicked on some random dude on thing and just came up with that. This was the hype that I would have got if I saw the thing. I didn't see it. Par's acting like steal. No, what? I didn't even act like I'm stealing. I clicked. I looked at something that someone said in the chat, and I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. But yeah, what did this guy do? Is it just the eye part, or do you think that he did stuff? While he was just a boy, his half brother Eric and Agnar were oh, his half brothers. Ah, damn. Honestly, Hiredin would have been better off that way. Because the Swedish king controlled Uppsala. I recently looked up this for some reason. Was it the building, or did I feel like my cousin talked about Uppsala? And holy cow, named Sibilja. Crazy name. Oh, and then they have Einstein, but it's Einstein. Wait, they were on Einstein's side. Oh, he's the killer of the brother. Oh yeah, honestly, One Piece would have been better if Vegapunk killed Hiredin and feared the magic that ruled there. Wait, did he do anything? Like, all right, the Will of Dreams. This is you on. What comparison does Sigurd, Snake and Eye have with Loki outside of the eye? Let me hear it, and then while you do that, I'm gonna look at Ivar the Boneless. Oh no, I wasn't responding to you, Will of Dreams, on that part. I was responding to the Damned One, which is also funny because they're deep enough to know Steel the Theory, which is ironic because wait, is Steel the Theory and Par Blindspot the same person, or are those separate people? We have one of them in the chat, so like I need to know. Shang said that the Gods Knights can generate the Abyss pentagrams as a mean. The Gods Knights can, but can the question side there is can the Blade of God? So the Blades of God, they're not God Knight, right? Like it's Deep Sea Contract and above that are considered Gods Knights, and then Blade of God is Gunko, Shanks, and previously Harold. And they can't teleport, but can they be teleported? Because they have a mark. You get what I'm asking? No lie, at some point, seriously considered starting a channel called Steal the Theories. Well, Sai and you think one of the... That might be Sai's alt. Sai is currently doing this on TikTok, by the way. But he's doing it for Tame Theories, that where the creators, I'm sure, are happy that their theory that Law's backstory never happened. Like, that guy who made that theory on TikTok is seeing, like, his theory blown up to the wildest proportions. And then Sai will sit back like, yeah, Croco Mom theory sucks ass. It should never have been born. And meanwhile, he's boosting up like, yeah, Law's backstory, it's possible it never happened. So to say, that's what the people are saying. It's no one except like a one guy on TikTok, and then Sai boosting it on here. Does Sai boost those theories on his own stream now that I think about it, or does he just boost it on my stream? Because tweeting it's one thing. Oh, separate people? Is Hiredin the new Sakazuki? Wait, Hiredin's the new Sakazuki? Wait, Sakazuki didn't die though. I said that Hayden should have died as a kid. Thank you. But besides the I didn't see much. His family is related to King Harold, who Harold may be based on. Oh, I see. So the issue I looked up King Harold, but I didn't look up like in reverse. I didn't look up Loki. I didn't look up Loki because I had other focuses as stuff, but also like I wanted to wait for Loki stuff. I wanted to wait. Which I do technically have like Loki adjacent theories, but they only relate to Loki because of the mural, not because of Loki himself, at least of what we got of him. In that case, I think that my theory is more or less correct about Loki, but only because it's not based about Loki. But that's not gonna give us much because it doesn't necessarily say too much about Loki. It says more about something else, someone else, and who made the mural. But Ivar the Boneless was the one that chat told me to look at. It's unclear why. Oh wait, this is the part that I was interested in, the boneless part. Oh wait, actually, you know, some sagas claim that. Oh wait, this part's important to me. Oh, but this is crazy. No. Well, others suggested that he was merely impotent. Oh, that's so messed up. You're telling me his wiki name is based off of erectile dysfunction? And the people weren't even saying that he had erectile dysfunction. He was impotent, meaning like he couldn't have kids. But they went so far to make fun of this guy that they're like, yeah, it's not that he can't have kids. It's not that his sperm is dead. It's more that his thing can't get up. Oh my god. Oh, can we fix this? No, man. My god. We can, like some people's names are like Ivar the Butcher. Why? Because they slaughtered hundreds and thousands. And even that guy will, okay, not hundreds of thousands, but like, we should say that to like certain people, but like, even that guy gets like, that's a cool nickname. It's not necessarily a good one, but it's like, that guy would be happy, I'm sure, right? Is this guy a good guy? Is he a hero? He's a leader who led invasions into England. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, maybe it's because history was written by the victors. So it's probably that he lost, and then the tales were told by the people who hated him. Oh, look at that! Wait, I'm so good. Wait, hold on. I predicted Wiki. Another hypothesis is that he was actually known as the Hated. That makes so much sense. Oh, which in Latin would be Exorcist. A medieval scribe with only basic knowledge of Latin could easily have interpreted it with X without os, bone, thus the boneless. Oh. That's so crazy. That's so wild. That sucks, because he was probably known as the Hated. He's like, yes, I'm Ivar the Hated. But centuries down the line, a millennium down the line, he's known as the Boneless. That sucks. His epithet was the Hated, but in Latin, the Hated is exorcist, which means without bones when you separate it. Oh. That's wild. How ironic. Someone asked, why is bro live again? It's because my stream cut out. Seemingly because I was dual casting to Twitch, which is plausible by this stream and the last stream that didn't cut out. I was waiting for people to come back in the stream, and then we started yapping as we usually do. Sai went to go pee, he said, I believe, and he hasn't returned. And when he returns, we'll get into super chats. But usually when it takes this long, That means he's getting Domi reversied. I exposed him. He's fighting them demons, bro. It's like when you saw Rocks resisting Emu, did it not look like he was a little constipated? Yeah. Sai is fighting those demons. He probably fell in is crazy. Sai having a Magellan moment. No, Magellan's problem wasn't constipation. It was that he had diarrhea. So he just needs to poop often, right? Two sides of the same coin, but those sides are so different. Let me tell you. Those sides are so different. It's kind of unrelatably different. Sai is yes, thank you, the damned one. Thank you. That'd be crazy, but the Enel part bothers me since Thor is supposed to be God of Thunder. Yeah, he's God of Thunder, but he doesn't bring the lightning. Which is funny because, like, maybe Ragnar is the God of Thunder and not, like, because, you know, Enel is using Thor moves, but he's clearly lightning, right? And that kind of, if, like, because, I don't know, at least in the Marvel movies, it's like, technically, until, what, the third movie, he can't, like, use lightning like that. But, like, when it does, it's like Mjolnir has it. And so it's like Mjolnir is the lightning, and you know what follows after the lightning? Thunder. And then that's you know, Thor, you know? It's one comes after the other. It's kind of like the chicken or the egg. Which one came first? Well, no, this time not. I mean it's obviously the egg, right? Like the chicken can't have come first. What the reality is, it's like if it happened gradually, then it was gradually changed in the egg. And if it didn't happen gradually and it happened quickly, then the most you can say is like the raptor had a chromosomal deficient child. Like it had a genetic difference that unironically helped its survival, and it was a chicken, you know, like that type of thing. And then so the chicken's mom was a raptor. It's kind of like fairy tale a little bit, right? The dragon's descendant was like people, and they're like, what the fuck? Yeah, but the question isn't like animal versus animal. It's chicken or the egg. But the animal before that chicken, or before the chicken, wasn't a chicken. That's the difference, right? Whatever animal made that egg wasn't a chicken. So it'd be, if you wanted to apply that logic, it'd be like neither the chicken or the egg, neither. It was raptor. Like that would be the answer. That would be your answer for that. Neither raptor. Boom, done. Walk away. So Sai, if you're fighting demons and it's so difficult, you're not in Twitch chat or Discord, let me know. I'll read the first super chat. Drop the mic. Exactly. One of the elders is Odin, and the library owl is the crow. Bro, I wish. At this point, Oda named Roto's crow. I forgot the name of the crow. But that crow has the crow that you're referencing. Did Garp tell Gabon that Roger's son is named Ace, or did he not tell him the name? I don't think he said the name, right? Here in this chapter, he told me he has a son. I don't think he knows the name yet. Why are you saying that, like, oh, Shanks is looking for Ace, but he found Luffy, like that thing, and he thought that was Roger's son? But and it could make sense because if Luffy's talking about Garp, then like, yeah. at least that part of the theory would hold up. The part where like, yeah, Shanks went to Dawn Island to look for Ace, but if he didn't know the name, wait, what did he say? Here, where is it? Wait, where is that? It said, oh yeah, Roger had a son. Is that here?
It was like the very start of the chapter, I think.
I was just, oh, there it is. Is it here? Ah, probably here. Yeah. Yeah, at least here it doesn't say name. So like that part of the theory of like, oh, Shanks knew about Ace, so he went there looking for Ace. That part might not technically be true, but I guess like the second half of the idea being that Shanks went to the East Blue to look for Roger's kid, I guess, but also by this point Shanks already has an affinity for the East Blue because he is already looking for Yasopp, and Yasopp's in the East Blue. The Dawn Village thing, we, at least from Luffy's standpoints, like you can't really know like when that's, not can't really know, but like I don't think it's like when Luffy was born, but it's before now, right? Like not before now, but like him going to the East Blue is before now. Whether he headquartered there, that didn't happen. And I think people were saying him meeting Luffy was next year, like the year after this, I believe. That part could be wrong because I'm quoting chat on that. And I feel like anytime I do that in front of Sai's like, yeah, no, that's wrong. And I'm like, oh, wait, what?
We've never like seen their first interaction, but I mean, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think Film Red is the one.
I hope we see it eventually.
Film Red would have exposed the first interaction. Yeah, the easy way to look it up.
Oh yeah, did we?
Is Chronicle of Uta. At this point, it's on the wiki, I'm sure, but the Chronicle of Uta, that book that Oda released, is I'm pretty sure it tells us when Shanks went there.
The best book ever made.
Yeah. Is Cat done and forgot? Yes. Stop. No. It's in prison, bro. You're telling me the cat escapes? Like, that'd be wild.
It did. We saw it escape.
Okay, it escapes the underworld? My God.
No, it's in the underworld.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It escapes the underworld?
Oh.
No.
Well, I mean, it could be in the Sun Realm because there's the bridge, like, right there. The bridge to the Sun World is literally, like, right next to where the cat escaped.
Would you build a bridge if you had a prison, the one-on-one prison of your island and kingdom? Would you build a direct bridge to the center of the island's main populace when there's an elevator already that's not next to the prison?
Depends what the elevator is like. We haven't seen that elevator. It could be really inconvenient to use.
But would you make
just
the bridge?
Just got the guards who guard the prison too. Like that's a hell of a trek. And then transporting a prisoner to prison, like that's.
Listen,
hey, just execute them.
Have Alcatraz, and ain't no way we're building a bridge.
If I ever had my own country, there'd be no prisons because I just execute the criminals on the spot.
So what happens for someone commits, like, I mean, at that point, every leader would be a criminal by the next leader. Oh, you wouldn't have next. It'd be
there was next leader. The fuck you talking about?
The Chinese
next leader. The fuck?
The good old the dynasty.
Hocus Pocus fairy tale land are you living in?
The one where Sai's son is the best leader.
Taiwan already exists, Sai.
God.
It's either prison camp or death. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, brother.
Which dynasty are you choosing, Sai? Which one are you starting? The Tang? The Song? Which dynasty, huh? Which one were you? Which one did? I'm not gonna go anymore. Actually,
Singapore. Sorry. I'll nuke the world. Gotcha. Hey. Don't say that. Don't get with my plans like that. Jeez.
Yeah, he's not. His first name doesn't start with Kim. Come on, guys. Or is it last name end with Un? Wait, which one are they? No, they're Kim Jong Il, Kim Jong Un. So they're Kims, the Kim family, right?
Yeah, the Kim family.
Yeah.
Huh. And then East Cat's gonna come back though. I mean, it still has this weird unexplained power of transforming, so I think he'll be back. I think there's a higher chance that East Cat comes back and is hyper relevant than Recycle Cur at this point.
No! No! Sai. That's
sorry, guys.
Crazy. That I consider that betrayal. There's no reason for you to put down Recycle Cur when we're not even in the arc, when we're not doing it. You did that just to hurt me. You know that the only person
hurt us.
No, you
I made a video too.
Don't you even said that me, painlessly.
You sold me on hopes and dreams and you fucking destroyed my life.
That was birthed together, Sai. And now you're gonna act like that pain is something we share. I would never do the same to you. I've supported you through every Adam Tree is not indestructible plight that you went through. Every comment I downvoted that I saw that, and
every comment I downvoted.
Everyone that was like, but Sai, it's indestructible. Downvote.
Hey.
Or did you just
if we want to talk about something that's indestructible, let's talk about Sea Stone for a second.
What are we going to talk about with that?
Nobody's broken Sea Stone yet. That's still number 1.
Yeah.
Sea Stone is the GOAT, man. Nobody's broken Sea Stone.
But I think it's not because it's not breakable. It's just that every time we experience it, it's by people who can't break it, right? Like, whereas, like, Zoro can break it.
That is true.
Oh, wait, Loki's chains.
I like to imagine Zoro could break it if he wanted to, but...
Loki's chains, aren't they Sea Stone?
Loki's chains are Sea Stone, yeah.
And Zoro broke it.
No, they have the key.
Wait, but wasn't Loki already standing before? Oh, they got the key.
They had the key for Loki.
Gotcha. People thought Loki would break his. Bro, if Loki... No, he didn't. Wait, which one? Okay, Sai, we're getting your comments not with the context. But I'm assuming you're agreeing with Sai and not with me. He didn't break it.
He's saying that, he didn't break it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, nobody can break it until proven otherwise. I think it should be breakable eventually. Like, I'm sure Mihawk could, for example. Or like Roger. Oh, I don't know about Roger. I don't know. I like to imagine there are characters who could break it, but not everybody can break it, and we haven't seen it yet. And that's why, when I talk about Loki maybe not having the Devil Fruit, people are like, oh, but the Sea Stone chains. It's like, okay, but like, hear me out. If you have a strong character, yes, I'd rather put them in Sea Stone than regular steel. Because they could probably just break regular steel. They can't break Sea Stone, most likely.
Yeah, and every character that Oda's put in the scenario where they should be strong enough to break it, they're like dying. So like Roger chose to die. Garp currently has like an icicle through his body. So it's like,
and Garp is like chained up like Loki, for example. Like he's literally like head to toe Sea Stone chain possibly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, that's it. And then he did not chop the chain. That never happened. The only scene where a character has gotten rid of Sea Stone is Law. But you could argue that's because his Devil Fruit doesn't cut things like real cuts. Law can cut things that are usually not cuttable, and it's fine. So Law is like the special exception when it comes to like destroying or getting around Sea Stone.
He didn't cut them.
He did.
Did he?
He did.
No, I thought he just replaced everybody's because his own
he replaced his own.
Yeah,
he replaced his own, but the others were not replaced.
He
only replaced one set.
Took them off the other people. Did he cut those?
He cut them. I just watched it. He cut them. He only replaced his cuffs with regular chains, I believe.
Yeah, his chain. I remember the panel and everything. He said that he swapped them in anticipation for this. Yeah, and so that he made sure
he was waiting for the moment when he'd get handcuffed.
Yeah. So he cut the ones off of Smoker.
And then he cut the Sea Stone ones that Smoker and Luffy had. But it was with his Devil Fruit, though, not like an actual cut. And we know Law's cuts are very different than like a swordsman.
Which is interesting because wasn't the whole thing with like the wall that at Marineford that like when Whitebeard hit it with the quake, they were like, oh, it must be made of something strong. No wall can stop Whitebeard. And they're like, it must be made of sea stone. And like, it still was weird to me because like I don't know if that's.
I don't think they ever confirmed the substance of the wall.
Yeah, they never. They like it was like people saying like it must be made out of like whatever, but it wasn't like.
And let me tell you,
Sengoku
if that shit is sea stone, if the Marineford walls were sea stone, that's saying a lot. I mean, dude, the strongest man trying to take down Ace or trying to like break down all the way through to Ace couldn't destroy sea stone. I mean, fuck,
yeah,
dude.
But then Oars broke it, right? Because then he rammed into it. Little Oars Jr. That was that wall.
Did Oars break it?
Yeah, Oars broke it with the Moby Dick. Yeah. I mean, the ship was like half.
Didn't.
Huh?
He didn't break. Oh,
his wall was his body blocking
his body and blood stopped the sea stone wall from coming up.
Yeah,
and then he picked up the ship and then he rammed the ship through the hole that was already open.
Yeah. So there was a wall there. He didn't
break a wall with it.
The secondary wall was the one being put up, and his body blocked.
And the secondary wall was regular stone.
Yeah. Oh, so then. Yeah, sea stone's crazy. Bro, the sea stone wall not breaking under his weight, but the other wall did? Sounds indestructible.
That's the thing. That's why, you know, when I talk about like Loki not having a devil fruit, and it's just a theory. Like, I'm not saying that's the case. Like, it's just a good theory. People are like, oh, but the sea stone chains. It's like, okay, but who wouldn't get stopped by sea stone though? I mean, come on. And then the whole thing about wanting to get the chains off. The chains tie him to the tree. And Zoro said to take off or to leave the chain on his leg. They did more than that. They left the chain on his arm too. And they're both tied to the tree. Yes, Loki wants the chains off, even if he has it, or even if he doesn't have a devil fruit.
Also, weren't those chains like insanely potent? Like, wasn't Luffy like all like, wasn't he like, yeah, he was close, but like, wasn't he already feeling weak when he like in that scene? When they're like,
I don't remember. I think that happened. I don't remember though.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
That sounds right, but it could be like the Mandela effect.
Yeah,
you're like speaking it into existence, and like I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I just remember like it does not. That's like something that doesn't really matter, but I just like remember like thinking like, damn, this sea stone's crazy. Which is also the part where
he was on top of the chains.
Yeah, he was standing. Okay. He had his chanclas in between him.
And then the line, I mean, I wish I had like, I mean, I guess we do have Japanese translators in here. But like the chapter, there's two chapters specifically where Loki mentions Sea Stone. The first one is when he stands up for the first time. TCB translated to make it sound like Loki's strength is being sapped. But on Viz and Willamarco, the translation was more so like, oh, you think this chain will stop the true extent of my power? Which doesn't talk about Sea Stone like sapping his strength away per se.
And then
there's another instance
he slams the Ragnir against the tree, and that's kind of the point, right? It's like that power is insane.
And then there's like another scene where I saw like there's conflicting translations of like Loki's talking about Sea Stone. Like I think that's interesting. And then plus like even when he's chained up, the hammer is right behind him, and it's also chained up too in a way. Because I mean, Loki has it, it's behind him, Sea Stone's all around him. So you could argue it's also like holding back Ragnir. I don't know.
Could you imagine?
Like I said, I don't know if I put my chips on the table that Loki doesn't have a devil fruit, but it's not a bad theory. Like it's possible.
To the hammer ate the devil fruit. You know how pissed, because by some version of the logic, it would be that the hammer was just the best chance it had, having been locked away for so long. So it's like, shit, I'll just go into this hammer. And this hammer can move. And then flash forward like 6 years later, it's chained up still. The devil fruit's like, God damn it.
Yeah, at least it has a friend. At least the hammer is with somebody now. I'll say that.
No, but then the hammer, I mean, the devil fruit is mad at Ragnir. It's like, you couldn't have chosen a person with better like decisions in life huh, Ragnar? Like, it's just two old people bickering. Because I'm sure Ragnar is old if it's sentient. And I'm sure the devil fruit is old. So then it's just
in chapter 1131, he says, these chains are made of sea stone. I can't unleash my power. But also, like, you see in the next panel, in the very next, is it the very next? The second panel after that, you see Loki chained up, but also Ragnar is chained up too. Like, Ragnar's like legitimately touching the chains. So that could be another reason why he can't unleash his power too.
And why they would chain up Ragnar with him, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, that would be nuts. Wait, hold on. That would be nuts.
I can't unleash my power because Ragnar's back there literally with chains.
Oh my god.
Do you think this is truly stopping the true extent of my power? No, because Ragnar isn't chained up anymore. I think we can make these both work. Like, I don't think it's insane. And then plus with this chapter too, this latest one, Loki does have like reservations about eating the fruit. He says, damn it, why do I have to eat it? Doesn't that mean I'm going to be giving up the ability to swim ever? It's kind of like the Frankie thing where like Frankie said, oh yeah, the devil fruit, Ace's fruit. I really like swimming, brother. And Frankie doesn't eat it. I think this is going to be a case where Loki doesn't have the fruit.
If he's
I mean, well, it's not a bad theory.
Yeah, Loki not having
like, I do think it'd be fun if Loki had a fruit and the hammer had a fruit. But you gotta admit, like, the theory that the hammer just has it, you can't dispute it with any, like, hard facts, I think.
Yeah, the only, like, if Loki doesn't have the fruit, the main combat is that people who hate Loki or dislike Loki and be like, see guys, he's so weak, he can't even break through the chains. What was holding him back? If the sea stone chains were for him, why can't he break through? Right? And it's like,
nobody's broken it.
Yeah, and also it's like that I feel like
people really underestimate. I kind of would believe.
I would believe that, like, yes, that would be a reason to, like, the sea stone is enough. But
like, I had somebody in the comment section, and I didn't even want to respond because, like, where do I start? They said, "Oh, are you saying Loki's weak then? Because Zoro, Sanji, and really broke sea stone." And I was like, "What? When did this even happen? This guy's reading Two Piece. It never happened."
Yeah,
nobody's broken sea stone. Yeah, nobody's broken sea stone that we've seen.
Luffy's collar at the time wasn't the neck collar wasn't sea stone, so that he could use his. But that's what Queen wanted, right? Like,
yeah, he wanted Luffy to be able to use his fruit.
Yeah, so those
and even
collars,
then, Luffy used yeah. There's degrees to all of it.
Well,
and then even with the slave collars, those were just slave collars.
Yeah, Wano specifically, and this is Wano specific from the story we know, they were able to make sea stone like less potent or more potent depending on what their use was. So there was those nails and, like, you know, the other things, like the handcuffs were made so that they could still stand up. Whereas that was like a shocker to Luffy. He's like, wait, I could stand with these. I could work with these. But he couldn't release his full hockey, is what he was saying, or something like that. Like, he was saying, like, his hockey is weakened. But we don't necessarily know. The way he said it, I'm pretty sure it was like, and it's also the warden. The warden was like, if this is the hockey he can use now, those sea stone chains are helping us, or something like that. But it's not necessarily like, oh, the sea stone prevents his hockey. It's just that because he feels weakened, he can't use his hockey. At least that's how I was interpreting that. But yeah. Also, to go back to
sea stone, he definitely has devil fruit. If he's strong, you'd want to chain anybody strong with sea stone, though. That's the thing, because it is so far it has not been broken. If you had a criminal who is the world's strongest man, would you say, okay, let's chain him with regular steel or reinforced steel? I'd get reinforced steel, brother. That's just how it is.
Also,
and then the problem of the theory is that Harold says he needs to eat the fruit and wield a hammer. Yeah, but the thing is, what if the hammer the hammer was already in that room beforehand. The hammer doesn't. The hammer in Harold's mind could have just been a regular hammer. It could have just been a legendary hammer. That doesn't necessarily mean that the hammer and the fruit are like separate per se. Because, like, let's say me, for example, let's just use a different example. Like, let's say I have a sword in my closet and a devil fruit. Yes, I want to eat the devil fruit and pick up my sword, but I go in the closet, the sword ate the devil fruit. It's like, oh, fuck, I didn't know that. There's a chance that Harold doesn't know that Ragnar ate the fruit.
Schrodinger's cat, if you will. Well, and even with that logic, right, it's not like, hey guys, the treasure chest is still closed. Like, we
that is the best thing.
Don't know if there even is a devil fruit. And I just went back to the panel only because I was like, yo, that treasure chest was mad big. Is the devil fruit also big, or is it small? Because if it's small, and I didn't even think about it till just now, but like for a giant to lose a regular sized devil fruit, that'd be so easy, bro. Because we're talking about Luffy's in the palm of their hand to then a fruit in the palm of Luffy's hand. To Loki, it's like, so you want me to suck in dust? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the way this scene would look normal is like, the fruit has to be big. It has to be huge, because if it's not big, which is plausible, like if the fruit got reborn on Elbaf and Elbaf has big fruits, then it's like the Caesar thing, it just went into a big fruit, right? But like the irony of how it would be if it was a small fruit, and then Loki opens it up, there's no fruit in here. What is he talking about? Because it's like a normal tiny fruit, and he just misses it and he doesn't eat it. Like, that would be so funny. He's just like, what is Dad talking about? Devil fruit? All I see is just pillow. Like, there's nothing in there. Oh god, that would be so funny. Oh, there's no biblo. There's no biblo to make that shit bigger, right? Like, there's a world where Loki opens it, the fruit is in there, and he misses it because it's so tiny to him, and he just doesn't recognize the fruit is there. But like I was going back to the normal part, is that even if the fruit is in there, like Sai is saying, he's apprehensive about the whole thing anyways. I'm also like, I thought that the fruit and stuff, all that Ragnar was necessary to take down Harold. But with Shanks and Scopper both there, and like Loki probably is like, hey, yo, we got Superman and Superboy here. Why do we need what are we doing, bro? Like, we don't need none of this. If I'm Loki and I'm that apprehensive about devil fruits, and I sense Shanks and Scopper, which at that point he probably knows them, I might be like, okay, maybe I don't need to eat it yet. Maybe I hold on to it and I wait, you know, which could prime itself to, hey, the devil fruit. What about all those theories, guys, where the devil fruit leaves Elbaf somehow and it's the Nika fruit? You know what I mean? There's also that route and then that route, Ragnar's still sentient. Ragnar's still unknown. Ragnar could have a devil fruit to aid the sentience. And in that logic, where Sai is bringing up the chains being sea stone and it affecting the hammer, I like that because Mjolnir. If we're going the route where Mjolnir can move, right? Mjolnir can move on its own, and it has to choose the owner. If it has an owner, it moves, whatever. Then if it eats a devil fruit, and it's wrapped in sea stone, now it can't move. And it's like one of those things where it's like Mjolnir or Ragnar in this situation normally can move no matter what. If it's wrapped in sea stone, doesn't matter. But because it ate the devil fruit, then it's like, fuck, man, why'd I eat that shit? Now I can't. If I didn't eat the devil fruit, I would have been fine in this situation. And so both are pissed at each other, right? If it's the world where the devil fruit got eaten by the thing, it's like, finally, I'm free. I have a body. And then they get chained up. And then Ragnar is also pissed, like, yeah, but if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be stuck in Sea Stone. Because Sea Stone wouldn't be able to stop me. Ah, damn, that would be kind of funny. But that's on the line of like how sentient Oda wants to make it. At this point, we only have cackling. So if we get two levels of cackling, like there's like if that clank clank is also a laugh, and then gurk gurk is a different laugh. Oh, we got two people in there. We got Ragnar and the devil fruit for sure. But it doesn't necessarily need to be the devil fruit inside it. It could be a different devil fruit. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, which would also be kind of crazy though. Like that's my thing too, right? Because if Ragnar does have another mythological human or just Zoan devil fruit in general, two devil fruits in a room, like how unique is that? Like, I just feel like the chances of that happening are just so low.
But if there was any place for it to happen, Thor's like if you guys remember, like Marvel, Thor's treasure room had everything. You could end the world 16 times over with anything that was there, and that is kind of like mythological. Like Thor was called the All-Father. He like saw everything, did everything, he knew everything, and he sacrificed his eye to do that. And it wouldn't be crazy if he had 2 devil fruits, you know what I mean? Like, if we're saying the Celestial Dragons gathered 6 to hold a game, Odin, I mean, Harold having 2 just locked up in the thing over the course of Elbaf history, it's not the craziest thing. Not the craziest thing. Stop. What if it's
an... Why can't the Hammer have a devil fruit? He showed Shamrock has a sword, has an ability, so anything's possible.
That's also
having
true.
Ragnar guard the devil fruit makes sense.
We also don't know if the Cerberus is a devil fruit or not, but like
yeah, we don't know if the Cerberus is a devil fruit or not. It sounds like an emu transformation right now because it didn't get the devil fruit moniker.
But if there were,
like, we don't know what kind of ability Shamrock has too, right? Does Shamrock transform, or is he just like a regular god knight?
Yeah, but
so I don't know if that's like the best example.
It could support the Ragnar having a devil fruit thing, right? Like, wouldn't that be the case for that?
But also saying that the hammer is protecting the devil fruit, so we're just saying there's 2 devil fruits there then. Yeah,
which again isn't implausible.
It's not. Yeah, it's not impossible. It's just like rare.
I'm not. I don't think 2 versus 1 discounts me. But I would just love it if the fruit in the main treasure chest is just so small you can't see it. Because I never reckoned with the part where it's like, wait a second, it can't be Nika, because if it was the Nika fruit that Shanks picked up and that Who's Who had, this chest either is holding a speck to the chest, because this thing is huge. Ragnar is massive. Loki is huge. So like the devil fruit would be like real, like honestly kind of small.
I like the idea that like the hammer could have like a homie inside of it from the Void Century.
Yeah. Hey,
like maybe it persisted for 900 years. I think that'd be good, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, like it's not a devil fruit. The hammer doesn't have the legendary one. It's simply a homie from like 900 years ago. Because I mean, what? Mother Carmel was here. Big Mom was here. Maybe there's a 3rd user out there.
You think the devil fruit is giant size? Yes, because big treasure chest, but also the mechanism with how the devil fruits transfer. It's not like Elbaf has small trees, right? Like they grow big fruit. So like, unless like the thing was like, we don't necessarily know, but like I would imagine like they know how the fruit works because the person, like, I don't know, died on Elbaf, and that's like the legendary fruit of the treasure room, and then that fruit got reincarnated into a big fruit or something. Like that's what makes sense to me. I mean, the alternative would be it's a giant fruit and then there's just 1 giant fruit out of the original batch, but that would also be weird because then it's like, how would they know what the fruit did? They would kind of need to know what it did, which implies that there was a user, which also implies that like the royal family like knew the user. I don't know. There's like a lot of things. I feel like, yeah, it could be giant. I feel like that's more plausible than it being so small that Loki doesn't see it. We're gonna get to super chat. Just on response of what Sai said, the homie thing. When we're talking about like, oh, the sentience thing, I was just reminded of like Gaimon and Sarfunkel. Is like that would make that like the devil fruits is Gaimon and then the homie in the thing is Sarfunkel, and it's just like 2 dudes stuck in a room, you know, like kind of like Gaimon and Sarfunkel. Maybe that's what Oda was doing.
Do anything else.
Yeah, they're just alone doing their thing on an island of rare people. But yeah, Baby Pluto gave a super chat and he said happy holidays, and he ended it by saying, and can't forget the great one, Sai.
Thank you, Baby Pluto. Appreciate it.
Mentioning that because you're the great one now. We have Alejandro Solis with the 25 months just shouting it out. I'm gonna dive back into who's better, Homing or Harold. But there's different metrics for different. There's not apples and oranges. But yeah, like, you know, there's stupidity, and then there's like disillusionment. Like Homing was just like, bro, like, open your eyes. You know what the Celestial Dragons are capable of, and you know what the humans we did to the humans. You can't just walk.
Read the room.
Yeah. Whereas Harold,
unlike Harold,
he didn't know that.
Homing at least had a school up in the Holy Land. He should know. I mean, I don't know, dude. Harold, no education whatsoever.
Yeah, there's a lot of balancing, you know. But Zamdi Al with the 24 months said the cover page is the 4th time. 24 months. That's 2 years. Holy moly! Everyone's hitting their 2-year mark. That's crazy. Shout out Zam. Wait, was your name always Zam, or did like halfway through it changed?
We had this conversation last week, actually.
No. That was because their YouTube thing like added Zam Da Al. So there, it's Zam Da Al. I'm just autocorrecting for Zam D. But I'm wondering if they changed their entire thing after they became a member. Like, was there always Zam D Al? And then like 2 months
the lore of his name just keeps on going on.
I remember Zam
even here. That's the bigger question.
For a long time, yes. But I'm like, 2 years. That's a long time.
Time flies,
I feel like,
dude.
I feel like I remember
We've been
like
doing this for so
reading
long.
the 1-year mark for ZamDL. But I'm like, wait, were you always ZamDL? I'm just forgetting like last year. So, but yeah, shout outs. Said the cover page is the 4th time that Oda shows a D member with a tiger, Law, Luffy, and Kid Garp. Do you think it has any significance? Tiger, Byakko, is associated with color white, wind, and the west. What? Why are you laughing?
Tigers, man.
Because they're too...
Oh, no, I don't hate tigers. I just think they're so silly.
Because they're too... What? What side?
No, Asian people just love tigers.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's just so fucking funny.
Size, there's a Oklahoma coded. He likes horses more than
There's
tigers.
a restaurant here in Oklahoma, and their symbol is a white tiger, and the chef made like a whole ass like promo video. Like, yes, so in Asian culture, the white tiger represents courage, strength, pride. It's like the most basic like horoscope girl shit out there. It's like, bro, what is this?
Yeah, that shit works with the others. They didn't
so
clock
bad.
that the Oklahoma Asians, not the Asian Oklahomans, would denounce the Byakko, bro. Come on. Nah, you know that farmer is like, whoa. I'm gonna go to the white tiger restaurant over the Chingling Ding. I get the white tiger.
If we want to talk about people that embarrass the Asian race, it's Simu Louis from Hollywood.
He's not good for anybody, but yeah. Wow.
Yeah, him and Aquafina, they're setting us back years, man. I can't believe it.
Simu Liu and Aquafina is different. You have a person.
They're very different, but
yeah.
They both are negative PR for us Asians. I can't believe it. They need to be stopped.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Simu Liu had. I just didn't like him for other reasons, but Aquafina was just like, she was getting shit for like New York stuff, I felt like, but and then you didn't like Aquafina for your Asia reasons, but I didn't know as a representative of Asia you were banning Simu Liu support. I didn't know that. Sorry,
you're making us look bad.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't know you guys are the same Asian, to be honest.
Bobby Lee might be from the Void Century. I like Bobby Lee. I haven't seen anything bad about Bobby Lee.
All I've seen is bad things happen to Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee's kind of funny.
Yeah. If anything, everything bad has happened to Bobby Lee, which is why most of the negative things today are because of that. That's
fucking Bobby Lee, man.
Like everything crazy. I'm just like, you know what? We fucked him over. Like that was all my fault. I wasn't even born yet.
It's just canon events. If he's a real Asian, he takes it on the chin. He doesn't.
I don't know if he would agree with the cat. He takes it on the chin, but I don't know if he would be like, yeah, this was destined to happen. Confucius.
Hey. Real Asian, you take it on the chin, you don't complain.
Yo, he's like, he would be like, yo, fuck that shit. Confucius, stop this nonsense. Yeah, you are destined to be his childhood. And he'd be like, nah, bro, this converted me. That'd be crazy. But anyways,
Needle is the worst one. Yeah, Needle's pretty bad. But
I mean, she's not as mainstream. She's not as mainstream. She's like,
yeah, she's not as mainstream. Nobody cares about Needle.
Yeah, that would be like, I mean, even as far as crime goes, like, all right, at that point, it's like, no, the triads are worse. Come on, guys. Like, they're known and they're killing people. She's, you know, it's not apples to apples there, but you know, in terms of notoriety, at least she's not Hollywood mainstream representation. No one goes like, I feel seen in the world because of Nina. That would be a why. If anything, they would say that about Jason, but like even that's phase Twitch coded. But for the youngins, that'd be the case.
Jason is slowly evolving. If you're talking about Jason the Ween.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying
he's slowly evolving.
That's what I'm saying. As far as like being seen, he's becoming sentient. He's hitting the level of being seen, but he's not hitting anywhere near the close of like, I'm upset that this guy is like feels like a representative, you know? Whereas like you could say that about
he's a good representative.
Yeah.
He gets the pass.
He's chill.
As the Asian ambassador, Jason the Ween's cool.
Yeah, but getting back to the super Asian super chat by Zamdi Al, do I think that the characters based off of Italy, Brazil, no, I'm joking with you, are off of this Chinese tiger? Actually, use the Japanese name for it, but
fucking Chinese tiger. God,
which the Japanese tiger is,
tiger stuff, guys. Come on,
is based off of. I mean, it's specifically the white tiger that is the like super related to the constellation Byakko. I forgot what it's called in. Is it Byakko in China? No, that's Japanese name. It's something else in Chinese. But do I think it's significant? Yes. But I don't know if it's as meaningful as we say we want it to be.
Imagine Void Century, Joy Boy's name is Monkey D. Tiger.
I mean, like, yes, there's Fisher Tiger and stuff like that. Like, I think it carries meaning.
And there's Monkey D. Dragon. I mean, Oda has no problems mixing these creatures.
But Dragon is the good pull there, where it's a common thing, and I'm pretty sure, especially in Japan, to depict the tiger and the dragon. This is a famous ukiyo art, like one of the wood print arts, to depict the dragon and the tiger in a battle. And it's a constant thing. And it's not like the dragon was seen as a good thing, but also the tiger is also seen as a good thing. And in a weird way, it's representative of yin yang. And so it's like, just like yin yang constantly flows, the tiger and the dragon are also in a constant battle for the end of time. And so if you wanted to derive meaning that I think will hold to the test of time, it's that like there's gonna be polar opposites, and some might be tigers, some might be dragons. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're good or bad. It just what plays off, and we are kind of getting into it with like the Othello reversey references, where it's like the black and white, and you know Oda's bringing feng shui too with Estrid. Like those themes are there. There's other references, not going to mention those, but I would imagine that it's going to be something like that. Like, you know, there are characters that were both yin yang on both sides, right? But that's not the issue. It's more so like the balance of things, you know? It could be like that, you know, like the Avatar. The world is good in a balanced state, not with just one element, you know? Which is ironic because
I heard Chinese people purposely have kids so that their Oh, during certain years for mainly the year of the dragon. That's true for all those zodiac years. It's not just year of the dragon, but people do it for the rat, the ox, and the boar, and all of them too.
I think dragon is mainly like you probably are referencing primarily like royalty and nobility, right? Because it's like that was the dragon, the emperor, empress type shit, you know. But like I don't like I saying I think like there's good things for most of them, but it's just like dependent
and sometimes
on,
it's a family thing too.
Yeah, dependent on the
like imagine being from a family of nothing but rats.
Fun fact, the feng shui that Estrid mentioned would be defeng. Yeah, because she used like water earth and it's supposed to be wind earth or something like that, right? Wind is, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different.
Sai, are you Year of the Dragon?
I'm not Year of the Dragon.
Wait, what year are we?
I think I'm Ox, I think.
That means interesting. So yeah, hopefully that answers that Zam Da'al. As you go by now, as your government name has you. Hopefully that answers it. Actually, there's a Uniqlo shirt that's on sale. Or no, it's not on sale yet, but they have that dragon and tiger. I'm trying to copy it.
Oh, Uniqlo. Just buy from Shein.
That's disgusting. Don't ever talk to me. You know how much I hate Shein. But Uniqlo.
Why do you hate Shein? Sometimes you'll get cute little messages on your clothing items that say, "Please save me."
Yeah.
It's like Santa's writing you a letter.
Not because on 50/50 on Santa's record, elves. I predicted the RICO charges a month out. That was so funny. And I predicted that they would fly over like influencers to show. I literally clocked their ass. I was like, bro, they're so dumb for this. And then we had like 3 50/50 episodes depicting the before, middle, and after of everything. And it was just, I hate Shein. But
okay, how about this? Not Shein, buy from Temu.
I hate Temu too, but Temu is...
What do you have against fast fashion, dude? What's wrong with you?
What do I have against fast fashion? Temu isn't even fast fashion.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Temu is, how do I say this? It's kind of like weird. I don't even know. I haven't looked too much into Temu, but the part that I don't like about it is that it's just Shein with a different name. Like it's kind of just that at the end of the day, but I will admit, my friends who have ordered on Temu have almost never been screwed over, except for when the shipping never came through. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy. And there was like a thing that I couldn't even buy on Amazon. And I was like, damn, you got this on Temu? It's a completely useless tool, but it's useless for people who actually do handiwork around the house, because you're just going to have like the normal shit and it's better to have separate. But I'm someone who loses shit all the time. But like I have like the one big thing. And my friend has like this multi-tool thing with like a laser line, measuring tape, all built in one. And I was like, if I just gave that to my wife, she'd never lose it. And then that'd be good. But I have like 3 tape measures, like 3
just so random
levelers. And I was like, this is on Temu? This is hella useful.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah, my
kid.
friend ordered a Rolex for $3, never came. See, that's different. If you're not even vetting the title of it, that's on you. That's the same logic with eBay.
I'm sure he knows that it wasn't a real Rolex, though. Hear me out.
Yeah, no one with the brand. That's like the guy
who knows it's not a real Rolex. He knew what he was signing up for.
I know that exists on Temu, and for those people, I have no sympathy for. I also don't have sympathy for the people because that originated dawn of time, brother. Like that's why we have like you can't false advertise shit on anything. But eBay, bro. Was it 4 months ago, 5 months ago, I came across a thing where like some guy sold the PS5 for like full price, but in this description he wrote, it's just a picture. And so he ships the picture. And then the guy can't get his 800 back. Or I think he sold it like on sale for 600 guys. Like, shit, I'm buying this shit for cheap. Gets a paper image of the PS5, and then he reads the description. It's just a PS5 picture, and then he can't do anything. And it's like, yeah, like I have sympathy, but like I read everything when I'm buying it. Sorry, you know, if I'm dropping 600, you bet your ass I'm reading that description. You know what I mean? I do that for TVs too. The TV listings are so bad. They're so fraudulent, bro. Best Buy, Costco, they all get away with this nonsense. Costco's probably the least problematic, but they still get away with it too. They always try to market shit like it's brand new. You'll find out that they just sold the same thing that's like 4 years old, but they're like, it's brand new. And it's like, no, it didn't sell 4 years ago, and that's why you're getting rid of inventory. It's not brand new. It's not new AI, and it's barely 4K. You're lying out of your face, bro. There's no shot this 55-inch TV is like, or not 55, like 65 inches, like 150. That doesn't make sense. Samsung or Costco. But anyways. Cloud Lizard. That is a new name. $5 soup chat. Hey, Par. How do you feel about Emu placing a devil on the soul or awakening bad timeline version Bonnie Awakening, forcing them to submit? So what you're saying is that like the tattoo is kind of like what's like, it's the same mechanics as a devil fruit. It's just that the contract is different, because like the contract with devil fruit is you can't swim anymore, versus the contract with the tattoo thing is whatever Emu wants it. It's like open source magic, essentially. Like that's kind of what it is. I can kind of see that. I just think that the tattoo part kind of like dissuades me from like it being like something like that, because like the devil fruit you eat, and so when people are like, oh, there's like a will inside, even before the Nika thing, it's like you ate it, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, what happened to Bonnie is kind of interesting, because it's like Bonnie got the essence of the devil fruit from her mom, right? Like, isn't that she was born with, like, they put it in Ginny. Ginny gave birth. She got the power in vitro. Not in vitro, but like in placenta. And so it's like they're doing some wonky stuff. And the weirdest part for me is that they're doing devil fruit experimentations, and they already don't know everything that's plausible with it. But that one is so niche that it's like, I don't even know why they're testing it like that. Because what Saturn cared about was that blue skin thing. He's like, shit, we're getting more blue skin. But the thing is, he never verified if Bonnie had the power or not. He just tossed her out too. Which is weird, because are those things not separate? Right? Like, he didn't even think about Bonnie in that light. Like, he never fathomed that she had the blue skin. Never fathomed that she had the thing. He threw out Ginny off of the blue skin. So it's like, what was the essence fruit thing part? Was that because Ginny, like, it's kind of interesting to rethink about. But no, it's not Baby Pluto. It's not only shadow control, okay? But it's a really good option, I'm telling you. Yo, you cannot tell me that when Oda has him stabbed, when Harold stabbed through with all the things by the guard, that depiction of him where he's just silhouetted from the back. Like, why can't we see the back of his head? Why is Oda making it look like it's like a Moria shadow thing? Like that, like, I get it beforehand. It was still weird in Loki's flashback thing. Having it fully silhouetted is still weird, but I'll accept that. This one is like, brother, I saw 100 years of this man's life. To get the back of his head silhouetted is almost insulting. Show me the back of his head. He shaved it for us. He shaved it for Emu. He shaved it for this day. I mean, yeah, sure, he regrets it all, but he doesn't regret shaving his head. He's never said that. Like, I would imagine that's one of his last thoughts too. Is like, damn, I gave up my hair for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of those thoughts. His beautiful, luscious, long hair. He went from a what's the like a god among men, literally like a woman slayer, boom, straight up. And now he's like incel, bro. Like that. Even Rox is like, bro, they're not gonna love you. Come on, you can't just shave your head. That doesn't mean anything. Even Garp laughed at you, and it's crazy because my only thing that I could think of, which also doesn't make sense, is that like this moment was so traumatic for Loki that when Harold got stabbed like that, Loki blocked it out, so he literally doesn't see this moment. He just saw a silhouette, and that's how he remembered it. But everything else he remembers. Everything else he remembers. But that also is weird because apparently Loki just like straight up kills Harold. So does he black out that moment too? You know, technically when he killed the village, they were all silhouetted too. So maybe when Loki kills, he just tries not to remember the dead bodies. It could be what it is. Technically, he's still a kid here, right? No, he's not that young. He's like
no, he's not that young. No,
he's like what 17 here.
Oh yeah, and he's 63, but kid years, yeah, or human years, yeah.
Yeah, 63 minus 14 because it's 14 years ago. So something like that. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about the whole not Damiverse, the tattoo and stuff, and like said, how do you feel about Emu placing a devil on the soul or awaken a bad timeline, Bonnie awakening, having them to submit? I feel like it's something more than just bad timeline though. Because Gunko is good timeline looking.
I think Gunko's just immortal, if that's what we're going on about. Like she doesn't age.
Yeah, because you think that she's separate from the other, like she's rare for that reason. She's in the throne room.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole thing where like she's in a good timeline, that's why she looks young. I held a poll about that because I was curious to see what people thought too.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if I can find it.
So then you aren't necessarily opposed to the other people being in a bad timeline as per Emu's the contract.
What do you mean?
Right? Like because if Gunko's immortal, then the good timeline, bad timeline thing doesn't affect her like that. You know what I mean? Also,
wait who are the other characters you're talking about though?
The Gorosei who are aged up, Garling who aged up, right? Like
yeah, I don't think that's because of good or bad timeline though.
No. So like the super chat saying, how do you feel about Emu placing a devil on the soul or awakening bad timeline version, right? So bad timeline version, when Oda depicts that, more or less they look kind of old, aged, all that stuff, like not that great looking, right? So are so you thinking that Gunko's separate doesn't apply to the rest of them, and so
I see.
Yeah. I think you get that.
Yeah, I don't believe in that whatsoever. I don't think the good bad timeline thing really plays a role when it comes to the Gorosei, how they age and how they look and all that stuff.
Yeah, and the other thing about, at least this is separate from it, is that the weird part about Gunko and the weird part about the thing in general is that like the immortality and never aging are something that like Oda kind of separates a little bit, but also has like he has the like the eternal youth surgery that doesn't necessarily mean immortal, and he has Sugar who stops aging, but it's not like she's immortal. And then we have Immortal, which Scopper's Asterix is immortal, but there's also a weird thing where it's like Garling had the deep sea contract, so that one doesn't stop the aging. But Gunko, to this day, we don't actually know when she becomes a full-fledged Holy Knight, but Gunko like would have had to have been like locked in after God Valley for her to reasonably stay that looking like she does now when she looked like that at God Valley, and it couldn't have been like 30 years later. So I tend to agree with like Sai's idea of it. The alternative would be like, yeah, good timeline, like maybe Emu's doing something like that. I could see that for Gunko. But you know, I don't know if the good bad timeline plays a role with this. And I think that lends itself to the whole like I don't think like the yin yang thing. Like Oda doesn't make all evil people ugly. Celestial dragons are ugly for a different reason, but like then there's Doflamingo who has a celestial dragon blood and he is really evil. Probably eviler than most of the celestial dragons there on Mare Joie in reality, because like those celestial dragons, they benefit off of the bounties that were set up for them and they take advantage of them, whereas Doflamingo set up everything. That's a little bit more evil than just like the nepo baby that's just gets the slaves. That's the world they live in and that's the only thing that they know. Yeah, it's heinous and evil, but like it's also a little bit different than like Doflamingo, who went to another island, completely took over the nation, like put it all on the king, exiled him, did heinous things to his family, and then continued it for like a decade, then continued it on other islands through proxies, and was like catering to the world. Like that's a different level of evil, and my guy is handsome is all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying
Doflamingo's a good-looking dude.
Yeah, I'm not saying smash. I'm just saying.
I think the good bad timeline depends on what they want. Also,
yeah,
like I think Celestial Dragon Doflamingo, because that's his dream. I feel like that, or at least that was his original dream, right? He wanted to go back up there, and that's why he's so bitter. I feel like that would have been good timeline. And then Vivi, for example, Celestial Dragon Vivi is bad timeline because that's not what she wants to do. That's like the antithesis of her character. I think it's very dependent on like if you're dreaming to be a bad guy, or if you always wanted to be a bad guy, that's probably your good timeline. But also, give me one second. Just get use that real quick.
Yeah. I'll go to the next one. Dylan. This is a regular one. Dylan with the 28 months membership. I appreciate you. Oh gosh, it's getting to the end of the day. Had we not had the interruption in the stream, I wouldn't be as tired. But Harold, just a silly goober with good intentions. I wouldn't even put it that innocent. Like goober sounds innocent to me, and I'm not saying that like. I think the weight of the like. The difference in weight between Homing and Harold is where it's like gooberish comes into play, right? But the fact is that when Harold takes the throne, when Harold's putting Elbaf on his back, he has the responsibility of all of their lives. So it's like, I don't know if you could just sit back and say like the decision making can be gooberish, right? It's it's one thing for him to reflect in the past and be like, I regret I made a terrible mistake and everything I did in my life is wasted. And while he was going through it, like I agree with a lot of people with like, I understand that he wants the best, but like the version of decision making that Oda gave him to do that wasn't necessary. And I genuinely think that Oda only made Harold look like that because during most of that time, Rox was the focus. Harold, like I said, Harold looked great before, not great, but like Harold had a positive depiction before Rox entered the story and after Rox left the story. And that's not to say that like Rox made him a worse character. It's just that like to depict the nuance of Harold, the way people conflate it to, like that commenter from last week, it's like you needed more, but what we got, it's like I don't know, guys, like you need like conversations. There was no one supporting Harold in his normal life until after the Holy Knights, where like the Giants are like, yeah, this is great. We're getting more economy or money and trade and whatever. But prior to that,
we're doing it.
It was kind of just Harold on a one-man mission that no one in his friend group, no one who he loved, no one around him, not the guards, not his wife, not his kids, no one. And I'm saying that to the extent of like, that's where it's like, you can't be a goober. This is in reference to the last super chat. He said Harold's just a silly goober with good intentions. I agree with the good intentions part. I don't think about the goober. I think Harold's smart. He was just blinded by certain things, and that blindness.
And he had to double down. Like,
yeah,
he had a triple. Like,
after
there was no turning back.
After the Rocks moment, that was what I call it, being blinded by the Rocks event, but it's what Sai is saying. Like, he had to double down because he was blinded by the fact that, like, if Rocks was alive, he would be like, even if I die, Harold, you don't double down. Like, that's what Rocks would say to him. But Harold, in his mind, was like, I abandoned my friend, and because of that, I have to stay the course. And that's understandable.
And his final promise to his wife was that, like, literally Elbaf is almost done. Like, I'm almost done with this. I promise.
Yeah, and it didn't matter.
He told his wife that he would free Elbaf, so he can't go back to that too. Like,
necessarily
one more time.
Mattered that she disagreed with how he was like, hey, no, don't throw away the culture. And it's like, yeah, I don't care about the marriage thing. I'm happy with this right now. And yeah, let's go sailing. Dies. Doesn't hire a doctor to check if she actually died. Just relies on what GERD. Yeah, okay. But anyways, jokes aside.
GERD, please, no, not the slander.
There's something someone said in the chat that they're gonna love later on. I'm just gonna leave that one there. We have Growth Stonks with the $5 super chat. Says, this color spread, thank you. This color spread adds more connections to Strong World. Yeah. Oh, true. I didn't even think about it like that because I made an entire video about how like Strong World connects to the last saga, or not last saga, the new world. But like continuing that on, Oda literally said like, I designed some of these animals so that later on I know what I'm doing. And then we have the moose from earlier on. So now like rocks and all this stuff, putting them in the suits, like the Strong World marketing makes sense. But says it's just a matter of time until Roger's egg is revealed and was foreshadowed with Billy the Duck. I did like Billy the Duck.
Billy the Duck.
Yeah, I did like it. It was a stupid name, but like, I'm not mad at Billy. Billy didn't choose that life, but Billy showed out, bro. Billy showed out in that movie. Billy was pretty goddamn cool for what, like, I had no expectations for it. And then it just like had electricity or whatever. I'm like, wait, what? That was sick. Which is also not something that Shiki intended for, I don't think. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, the egg. I don't know what Oda's cooking with the egg, guys. Every time something relevant, people bring up the egg to me, and I'm honest. I'll be honest with you guys. At no point with like any of my theories do I ever like actively add it into anything, because I don't know if we can. Like, I doubt it'll.
I just have no fucking clue.
Like,
it's a mystery, dude.
Like, I'm sure there's gonna be people when Oda reveals the thing, and they're gonna be like, "I knew it! I've been saying this all along." And then
I love the idea that it's an egg room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That someone hit me with that last before, and I'm like, that's like what Roger's like quiet room, or like that's the torture room. Yeah. Crazy.
I hated Karoo.
It's just, to me, I'm like, how does that egg not bother you guys? Like, this shit would bother me if it was just on the ship the entire time. It's like, you leave the thing, I want to see open skies. Instead, I see this goddamn egg. You know what I mean? It's kind of annoying. And you got to keep it warm. They weren't even trying to keep it warm. They weren't trying to incubate it. I'm sure whatever's inside died a long time ago. Anyways. I mean, I'm sure it's a dragon, if it's going to be anything. Which goes back to the conversation that we talked about, chicken or the egg. It's definitely the chicken, but it's like dragon chicken. That's probably what Oda's gonna do. This is the oldest egg on Earth.
It is probably descendant of that dragon from the top of the mural or something like that.
Yeah. And it's been listening to Emu, and it's like, this isn't what I meant. This isn't what my papa would have wanted. And then he was like, huh? What do you mean? You wanted me to take over the world and make sure we never get subjugated. Yeah, that doesn't mean subjugate everybody else. Like, it's gonna be some misunderstanding. The chicken's gonna tell us, surely.
Oh yeah, isn't it sad that Hiruden doesn't really get a big mention in this chapter?
No, it's expected at this point, Sai. It's expected.
It's so sad. People are like, "Oh, it's because he didn't show up. He wasn't here." It's like, yeah, but like if you're dying, like I'd like to imagine he'd mention both of his sons, not just one of them.
I've been saying this.
Tell Hiruden I love him. Did it? Not even that, brother.
I've been saying this every time you gave me Hiruden pushback because of the contrary content that we have to do. But as according to our editors, is Ivan day one, Oda hates Hiruden, hasn't given him a single moment of breath. The moment Loki showed up on the screen, that was the moment it was over because of how good Loki looked and how big he was. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if Hiruden tried. It didn't matter if Oda liked him. The moment Oda did that to him, and that was his little brother, game over. But what really killed it, and I've been locked in, I've had one mindset and it's held true, is that the moment we got that, like, in Loki, at the beginning of the flashback, it said that Loki and Yarul were the ones called. I was like, he didn't call Hiruden. That's some insane disrespect.
No, he wanted to call Hiruden.
No, he doubles the we get it later on, and he didn't call. He was fully sentient. He had like 20 minutes to be like, oh, did I forget Hiruden?
No, Hiruden wasn't home, remember?
Wait, isn't Hiruden back here?
No. They mentioned that Hiruden was out at sea. They mentioned that last chapter.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why he's not here.
He's never here, bro. Otis has to do this shit. Why? Hiruden leaves and he's the only...
I think the most egregious part is just the whole thing where, somebody mentioned in the comments, like, Loki, you are the king. And it's like, not even mention of Hiruden. Like, hey, rule with your brother. Like, hey, tell your brother what happened.
I think it's worse for Hiruden. I think it's worse for Hiruden because how is Hiruden the only character that leaves home and doesn't get stronger? You know what I mean? Like every character that they go become a pirate and now they're like somewhat strong or they die. Hiruden's like stays mediocre. This isn't the first time he's been out to sea, and it isn't the last time. And we have the ultimate version of Hiruden. The one that set sea the last, and he stops at Machvice. I can't, bro. He's like, you know what would be, it's crazy, is that like, unironically, Hiruden, as depicted by Oda at the peak of his, like, this is post-time skip, he would unironically actually be a Mr. 3 victim. Like, Dory and Brody, it's so questionable bad that they're Mr. 3 victims to today's standard. But if I were to substitute one of them with Hiruden, I'm like, yeah, no, he loses. Like, he's actually losing.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm at Dressrosa where, like, Luffy beats Hiruden. It was a single gear second punch. That's all it was.
Even Blue Nose.
And keep in mind,
stays standing for a little
Luffy
bit. Luffy
didn't have to use his Delphert against Hiruden either. I mean, minus gear second. Like, he wasn't, like, winding up a punch. It wasn't, like, a rifle, a Gatling. No.
He was just mad.
Just one punch.
He was just mad that Hiruden stepped on Moosey, the cow. If Hiruden didn't step on that, if he used his eyes and he didn't step on Luffy and just like respectfully hit, because I don't think Luffy would have been mad if he kicked them. I think the upsetting part was Hiruden stepped on them and it's like, huh? Was that an ant type shit? You know, because like they were in a fight. Luffy knew that. That was the undefeated Ox thing.
Yeah,
right?
they were just hanging out.
So if Hiring like respectfully kicked them, and then they flew out, and Luffy's like, ah, shit, he's not made of rubber. Fair and square, Hired, you know what I mean? But I'm still upset. But the fact that he got squashed like an ant, Luffy, that set off his autism, and he just fucking slapped the shit out of him. And then I was like, the fuck just hit me. That's what
did
happened.
Not tank him. He was unconscious, and then
instantly,
what?
He lost consciousness in the air,
unconscious
in the air.
And then what had to happen next was what's his name had to fight him, or no, Ideo went up and said, "Get out of here, you giant," and then just punched Hired into the stands.
It was an explosive one, though, right? Right.
I mean, all of his punches are explosive.
No. You have to put it on the record.
All of Ideo's punches are explosive. That's not saying much.
Thank you for putting that on the record. No, because we can't slander Hired like, oh, he just got flown away by some random dude's punch. Oh, long arm guy at that. That's crazy. We have to add that his punches are also explosive.
Kind of ass, bro.
Record.
Like the Grand Fleet, cool. Like
Oda likes him.
He's one of the coolest looking ones. I just wish they were stronger. I just wish they did more.
I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be crazy. I know for a fact that Oda likes Ideo way more than he should, and he lets on. But he likes Ideo, and who's the other character with him? There's like 2 characters with him.
Blue Gilly.
Yeah, Oda might not like him as much. I think I know for a fact he likes Ideo. So stupid, but something Oda did afterwards.
Ideo and Blue Gilly, long arm, long leg. They're bridging the gap between their races, yada yada. But they're both punching. I mean, okay, I like the way Ideo looks because he hides his ugly arms.
Yeah.
But Blue Gilly's nasty.
I mean, the arm part, like, I like the look, but like the part, that part isn't even part of it.
Suleiman's with Cavendish.
Yeah, he's with Cavendish. He's getting Cavendish's backstory in the cover story, and this is like, it's a little interesting. I'm reconsidering my tenure here. But
I like Suleiman, but he has no feats at all. Like, Suleiman didn't even fight anybody. Keep that in mind. Suleiman fought like Doflamingo fodder, and that's it. And then I think the minute he saw an executive, he got off screened, and yeah, it's Suleiman's ass. He looks cool though.
The reason why he looks cool is because he's given one of the most historically relevant names in One Piece, I guess, because Suleiman, was it the Conqueror or whatever?
The Ottoman Empire.
Ottoman Empire guy, very prominent family thing. He's he's a reference to that. And it's also sort of referenced in his backstory because he's the lone survivor of his nation. We don't get the context of it. But that's, I think, not lone survivor. He was either that or he got exiled. And the thing is, like, there's some kind of relation there. But that's also, I think, why him and Cavendish were like birds of a feather, because Cavendish also got exiled. And then I think the nuance behind it is that Suleiman's backstory is not the same. So like Cavendish got exiled because he's beautiful, allegedly, and Suleiman's like, yeah, we didn't get exiled the same way. But obviously that part's just the cover story, so we don't really know. But I'm sure if Oda's giving Suleiman an Ottoman Empire experience, it's not going to be because he's beautiful.
My favorite Grand Fleet member besides Suleiman, it's still Orlumbus. As a big Christopher Columbus fan myself, like, Orlumbus is just so fucking fire.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Yanta Maria, crazy.
The Yanta Maria fleet. And then he reminds me of Brownbeard, which I love. Brownbeard is so stupid, man. I love these stupid looking characters. Brownbeard and Orlumbus, they're right there.
Except you don't like the stupid looking characters like Ideo.
I mean, that's because of his race. Some things can't be bridged.
Growth Stars. Oh, yeah, we read this in. Alejandro Solis with the $2 super chat says, what if Killram? Wait, are you trying to say Killingham?
I think you meant Killingham, yeah. Killingham making Shanks' entire crew.
Made Shanks' crew cover for Shamrock. Does the $2 super chat scuff you up that much that you couldn't spell out Shamrock and you made it SR? That's crazy.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, I'm never gonna forget this message because it was so poorly spelled, but which is good.
It has to be because of the $2 super chat, but
I just blame YouTube.
No, this cannot be it because that would. What are we saying about his crew? Shanks' crew is supposed to be the best, well-rounded. You're telling me that like they're constantly living a nightmare? Is that what I'm like? Is that the?
Well, okay, to be fair, killing him doesn't just only spawn nightmares.
He goes into your dreams and manifests them. Oh, yeah, I see.
What you're thinking of.
So what you're saying is
he's saying that Shamrock is dreaming up like the crew, or he's asking somebody to dream up the crew, and that's how he fakes being Shanks. They're just dream crew members.
Or is he saying that all of his crew is fake? Wait, cover.
This is like the Luffy Cancer Kid route, where it's like, yes, this One Piece isn't real. Last chapters, we're gonna see that Luffy's a kid with cancer in a hospital.
Well, no, because he's saying, what if Killingham made Shanks' crew to cover for Shamrock? So isn't he saying make Shanks' crew? He's not saying that like make Shanks. Oh, but he was on a crunch of the like because what we're saying.
I'm assuming he meant like when
Shanks is gone, he makes a Shanks.
Yeah, like he makes a whole fake Shanks crew. But they're real though. It's just that this is a fake version of them. Like doppelgangers.
Oh. Okay.
I'm assuming. I could be wrong, but that's how I interpret.
Wait, Alejandro, you're here. Alejandro Solis, help!
No, Alejandro, do not explain yourself. Leave us in limbo.
This is the
Don't do it.
Wrong time for Sai to just disagree for me for content.
We do not want
yourself.
context, Alejandro.
The time
let us be confused.
Oh, he's saying what I'm saying. But he's saying it for that one specific scene. That's where it's different.
Yeah.
Because what you were saying makes sense for all of the things.
You know how funny that would be? Holy shit, Portgas the Ace is coming. Quick, killing him. I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to think of all of Shanks' crew members. You bring him to life. Godspeed.
Well, I mean, it is kind of interesting because, like, Ace wanted to meet Shanks, and all of a sudden he hears about, he's in this recluse. This is the worst place for him to have heard that Shanks was holed up in a mountain. It's not like there's a population that's like spreading rumors here. You know what I mean? It's one thing if like Shanks showed up at one of his islands, like, yeah, Shanks, red hair came back. And it's like, oh, and then the fishermen talk about it and people talk about it. How did Ace even hear that Shanks is in this mountain, that like he's just in a room? You know what I mean? If I was to wonder which situation is the most like, you know, made up, not going to say dreamed up, because I'm not going to say I agree with killing him here. It would be that one. But like, imagine that. The secret mission would be like, we know that this guy is Ace, and we know who he is, and we're gonna entrap him.
Why he's here
with a guy he doesn't know to pull the stories out. That's the weirdest scam. You know what I mean? Like, why Shanks' crew there? He's
it's
gonna
like
wanna.
Like, imagine Par's family starts up a whole call center just to scam one guy. It's like, no, you scam multiple people.
Well, no, that part is plausible, but it'd be if that guy. If they called up that guy and then was just like, hey, do you have plans to go to the Maldives? And they're like, no.
Like, do you want to see the Taj Mahal?
No, like, we're not Indian, sorry. Yeah,
it's one of the wonders of the world, let me tell you.
Yeah, too bad I'm not wondering about it. Like,
did you know that the Taj Mahal is actually a present for the wife?
Like, all they needed to do at that point, I don't even know, like, I guess they could have
actually did this.
I guess they could have like been like super in Ace's crew, and Ace's crew knew that he wanted to meet red hair because like in the Ace novel, I think he said that at Sabaody, and they're like, "What? You want to see red hair too?" And he's like, yeah, I have something I want to tell him. And they're like, ah, he's gonna fight. Go. And then the whole time it was just Ace wanted to be like, thank you for raising my brother. You know, that's all he wanted to say.
If Ace ever told Shanks he was gonna go fight Blackbeard, and then Shanks starts fucking sweating. He's like, get him out of here! Why? Wait, what did I say? Get him out of here! Get Ace off this island, please!
It would even
imagine Shanks goes on like super PTSD mode. That'd be awesome, dude.
It'd be even funnier if that was Shamrock and he warned him about Blackbeard way in advance. He's just like, hey, one day you'll know what this means. But don't ever accept someone who kills their brother. It's like super coded like that. And so then when he eventually meets Whitebeard, gets on the crew, he's just like, oh, this is what Red Hair told me.
That was before he joined. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
This is before. Fuck. Yeah.
Damn it.
You were trying to be.
Now the theory of PTSD Shanks dies. Fuck.
Yeah. You're gonna
or Ace triggering the PTSD.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Very sad. Watch, we're gonna find out. Oda's gonna expand that moment. We just see a giant black circle on the ground, and Oda adds, hey, what is that? Don't worry about it, school decoration. It's just like some random thing. Like, that's what I think about when I see those like circles. Like, those have to be like reclusive, right? Like, they can't just be all out there. And like, temples.
Maybe you need special sunglasses to see them.
Guys, the circle before you is not what you think. Well, you guys, like, all of us have the sunglasses on. Oh yeah, that would make sense. The manga panel is the sunglass. Oh, you're cooking, Sai.
The narrator's wearing sunglasses. How about that?
For us. Oh my god, I love the narrator. You're right, Sai. Anytime you get to support the narrator, I'm all for it. You know me. I never question what the narrator says.
Amen.
Hashtag bet on Kaido. Even he put that in quotes. But anyways. Real chess with what? Oh, this is real with 2 E's. I was like, am I gonna get Magnus Carlsen? Is he donating to the stream? $10.
Shout out to Magnus.
10 Australian dollars. I think that's what the A stands for.
Magnus, we're your number 1 fans.
Yes. More Mihawk upscale. Yeah, I clocked that too. I don't know why Sai did that. It was so random. He's just like, yeah, Sea Stone's indestructible to this day, and I believe that it will be indestructible. But Mihawk, I could see him slashing it, and I was like, that was such a random ZKK shout out from Sai.
No, I'm just saying, like, if anybody can do it, it's probably Mihawk.
You could have chose Rocks. You could have chose a strong character here. You know what I mean? You having to choose the sword sawing option. I was about to call you out, but then they Real Chess called you out for me, so I just saved it for the super chat.
I'm just trying to think about somebody with the weapon, you know, like somebody who's proficient, somebody who's good at what they do.
Rocks has a weapon. What are you saying? He's not good at the weapon.
I don't know.
What did he not fight even in his Domi Reversey with the weapon? Like,
yeah, but at what point is that just Emu fighting for him? I don't know, man.
Yeah. Harold didn't take the cocaine. Emu took it for him. Harold in this moment doesn't sound like a roided out cocaine person. It sounds like Emu took the cocaine and the roids. And so while Emu's in Harold, that's why he sounds like that. Emu just finished the fattest line of cocaine. That's why he's like sounding like this. That'd be really funny if Harold didn't need to sound like this, and it's literally just Emu just cosplaying as like I'm gonna make this guy sound crazy. Which drug should I take? But yeah, honestly, that's what Loki was confronted with. He's just like, bro,
take fentanyl.
Harold. Yeah, that's why I made the joke. I was like, bro, to Loki's point of view is like, is my dad on fent? Like, what's happening? Like,
it's funny. I've been seeing like these Japanese social media people, like, it's a trend to do the fent lean in Japan.
Why is that a trend?
No, but it's like the whole thing is you go into a subway and you do the fent lean.
Just make fun of
and it's
America.
just Japanese like people doing it. It's so funny.
They're making fun of a weapon of mass destruction is crazy, bro.
They're making fun of American culture, man. How dare they? Damn it.
Yeah. It's a war crime now. Come on.
That's
Hospitals.
nuts. It's so funny. I love it.
Alejandro
people to come together to laugh.
With $2 super chat says, wait, what? Wait. The wait, I don't know, made my brain wait. Wait, Shanks chains Loki, but he saw what happened.
Yes, because he probably wants to stop Loki from getting captured because he has a special bounty. That's my guess. I'm assuming Shanks knows the importance of Loki or his devil fruit, so he's like, yeah, let's just stop this guy from getting captured, so let's just fucking put him in jail.
Yeah, I like to think that Shanks he's not being heavy-handed, because the reality is now Loki goes out to sea after this, right? So that's like probably the leniency that Shanks and Stopper show, but also they should know that he didn't commit the crime, right? Like they can't like okay, so I was talking about this with
Yarul know, because I mean Yarul in this chapter says, hey, you need to help Loki, right?
Yes. Which that's why I'm so confused, because it doesn't just stop at Yarul anymore. That's why that disposition that I guess I had off of a false premise, but I think that 80% of the viewers, at least from size polling, also believed that they came in after the fact, which explains why.
Oh, you saw the poll, yeah.
Well,
That's so funny.
Brought it up on stream earlier, but
oh yeah, true.
Which is why when Scopper says, I didn't get the whole picture, it's like, no, you did. Scopper, stop that.
You had the whole you literally so the thing is, Scopper and Shanks showed up maybe 5 minutes after Loki showed up. Like, they literally have the full picture.
They missed
like, you'd have to be actually like brain dead or neurodivergent to not know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, like this might be why Scopper's not second right hand, because Roger's like, see,
this is what separates Rayleigh and Scopper.
And the reason why I say that, and this is also the reason why I like Rayleigh so much. Rayleigh's introduction is he walks out into a room, he knows nobody, literally zero people. He's like, wait, don't explain it to me. I figured out what happened here. And he was pretty spot on, and he frees Kami and all stuff. He literally told them, don't tell me. I could figure out for myself. Meanwhile, that he did that because Scopper is so ass. He's out like, damn it, Rayleigh, how did you figure out that this girl is improperly slaved and that these guys are pirates and they just hit the world government and all this stuff? That's really difficult to figure out, even though that guy has a punch mark on his face and Luffy just said he punched him. Like, it's just like Scopper could have at this point, Scopper could have watched it all go down and be like, I wonder who's the good guy here. Like, that's what I'm getting from Scopper. And it applies to Shanks too, a little bit, but at least Shanks isn't on the island. But I'm almost wondering if Shanks meets Scopper and he sees the state of Elbaf from where it was, it's like, wait, Scopper, did you not tell anyone about Elbaf? But the thing is, like, Shanks has been back here. We saw him like 3 weeks ago. Did he ever like be like, hey, Colin, you guys still think that Loki's the bad guy? Yeah, that's what Yasan and Yarul were saying. Like, it's a
yeah. You would think that they tell somebody, right? I'd at least tell like Colin or
he's the nosiest.
I hope Ripley knows. Just somebody, please.
He's the nosiest. He's the flabbiest.
In.
Yeah, and he has the connection to everything, right? Ripley's gonna know.
Yeah.
Scopper's gonna know. He's Scopper's child. You're telling me? So,
at least they didn't tell Garp. Garp told the whole world, dude.
He did a decent job, okay? Luffy made it to like 16 and no one knew, okay? And then he slipped up one time.
Hey, did you know that Roger has a son?
okay.
Is that fucking crazy?
He told Scopper, but Scopper did a good job of keeping it. Listen. The fact that...
And then Scopper was like, hey, Shanks, did you know that Roger has a son? They did the worst kept secret known to mankind.
The fact that the admirals were like, oh my god, you're Roger's son? Disgusting. Like, that was... I would think that they would know, you know what I mean? But like when Sengoku announced it, they're like, oh, I had no idea. And now I'm like, nah, I feel like you knew. Shut up, bro. You can't be in a room with Garp and he didn't like, hey, you know that guy that you're talking about? That's Roger's son. And they're like, I'm just gonna act like
Garp is just flexing that info, dude. I swear to God.
Yeah. After the thing
I
is,
know way more than all you guys.
The thing
that was
is,
your captain. Well, he told me his rival.
When
Yeah,
Sengoku, the picture that Sengoku painted also kind of supports this too, because he was like, we knew that you were the pirate king thing, but by the time you became notable, you were underneath Whitebeard, and so that's what protected you. And that part, it can be true without the other part being false, right? Because that's what Squad was just like, what? You knew this entire time, Whitebeard, which, technically isn't the case, right? Like, Whitebeard, listen, if Whitebeard could figure out that Ace was Roger's son on his own, God help him with Blackbeard. The stupidest. Like, it has to be that Whitebeard's like, in heaven, it's like, yeah, I try to keep that a secret too. Like, I need him to know that was also Rox's son and everything.
Thank
was
God
done.
we didn't take Garp to last year. Imagine what Garp would have done with that shit, bro.
Yeah,
dude, you would never believe Joey Boy's treasure.
Dude, oh my
God,
love
that. I love Garp.
Yeah, good thing that Garp never saw what's his face, Rox slaughter his family. He would have been like, huh, that kid looking familiar, smells familiar too. You know what I mean? He probably
oh my God, yeah, the Davy Clint could be fucking in shambles, dude.
Yeah, God knows. Yo, it's like when Harold.
That's a very Luffy thing to do too, right? Luffy's not good at keeping secrets.
Yeah. Emu is just high. Emu's in a realm of their own. Because, like, the fact that just autopilot immediately is just one thing. But Stopper not say anything to Elbaf is odd. Like, and Yaru's also weird, too. Yaru, especially now.
I protect that honor, man.
No, but I don't suspend the belief anymore because the treatment of Loki. Like, they know very well. And Loki's there against his will. You know what I mean? And the fact, like, at what point do they, like, talk it out with him? You know what I mean? Like, he's just stuck to the goddamn tree talking to a snail as his only friend. And it's like, if they knew that he wasn't a problem.
Yeah, maybe Jarl, like, went down there and gave him some bread every now and then. We don't know.
And never spoke to him. Never gave him any, like, his friends were animals.
He spoke to him.
Oh, he did? He didn't fill him in on anything? And then Scopper, too?
I'm sure he did.
I hope.
Yeah, I'm sure they had convos.
But the thing is, like, with Yarul, right? There is a world, because we've mentioned this. He's not the one who retold the castle events. He stayed quiet. And they said the other not the guards, because they weren't there. The other giants were like, yeah, that's when Yarul got hurt when he was trying to stop Loki from killing his dad. And technically that's not false, because, like, he did get it when he was holding back Harold, and so, like, I guess you could conflate that, be like, yeah, technically that's not a lie. But the weird part is, it's like, we were like, oh, did he forget? Like, is he old man? Is it Biden? Like, Biden Trump at this point, because sleeping at the wheel. But, like, no, he's sitting there with the sword in his head, being like, yeah, no, I'm fine. The helmet protected me, guys.
Yeah, he knows everything. He's conscious, dude.
Yeah, he's straight up fully there.
He's just keeping a secret for Harold's honor. And I mean, assuming Loki does the same, yeah. It's cool. I like it.
I just need to understand why, because the question mark
for Harold's
there.
Honor.
Yeah, but Harold literally said, "Throw away my honor. This is everything I did."
No.
But
if you told me to piss on your grave, I probably wouldn't do it, despite that's what you asked me.
No, but the problem isn't that. None of it relates to that. It's the demilitarization part. They watched their king get taken over by the world government, and they continued. And some reason Loki's main thing was that, and they continued that. That's insane. I don't know why that would make sense. Why are they still demilitarizing when that Harold literally said everything is a mistake. The world government is betraying me, But guys continue to demilitarize. That doesn't make any sense. And it's like, okay, there's certain things like, yeah, take away the, you respect his honor. Sure, Loki is going to defile his honor. But there's a certain line of like, hey, our king was fully there and he spoke to me and he said, and he's listening to Harold. He's not saying that he's wrong. He's like, no, you're conscious. You're telling me that we need to kill you. Loki needs to go get the treasure. If you get it, we'll all die. He's listening to him. The part that doesn't make sense to me is Harold said Lord Emu out loud to them, said the world government is doing it, and yet they still demilitarized to the point that any schmuck could just walk up and pretty much clean out Elbaf, no issue. You know what I mean? There's not a single force that, besides Scopper, that tells me that they were prepared for 3 Holy Knights to show up. You know what I mean? Take away. I
mean, that's the thing, though. It's not like Harold told them to gather back the forces and that he was like wrong in that sense.
Yeah, but that would be
his
like
whole legacy is like demilitarization. So
and that's the
why
main
they
thing.
Remilitarize afterwards.
That's the main thing that they had the shoulder of. They watched their king get betrayed by the world government, who they demilitarized for, and then they continued course. And that's the weird part of like defying Loki. Like their conversation going in to this thing is literally Yarul versus Loki on the kids being demilitarized. And Yarul was literally like, hey, I should have no hand in what is decided of the future of Elbaf. That is for the young people. And so at the end of the day, it's Yarul, before walking in this room, is like deferring to Loki off rip. Harold assigned him to be king. His word should be it. You know what I mean? So then it's like the fact that he's there and he's crowned the king and he's given all these permissions, it doesn't make sense because the former king said to defile my honor and the current king should have the right over it. And Yarul walking into it said, that's what I would do. The younger people would have it. And so the only people who are left to change that would be Scopper and Shanks, but that doesn't make sense too much either. So it's kind of interesting because it's like, unless because Loki is chained up now because of like Shanks taking care of him overseas, but like the in-between time, there has to be still an explanation of why Loki didn't just take the throne, didn't do what Harold asked him to do, and didn't do, like, Yarul didn't also, like, you know, go along with what he said, but also listen to both kings at that point. Because the moment Harold dies, Loki's king. And up until that, Harold was like, yeah, he's king, defile my honor. So, like, there's no world where Yarul should, unless the elders came down. Unless the elders came down and like, so cool we decree that we keep Harold's honor. And it's just like Emu in like, it's like the Gorosei in a trench coat. Like, I don't even fucking know at that point what the elders would be. But like, well, Yarul got a sword through his head. No, but this chapter shows that he is fully conscious. He's literally conscious on the ground, telling Scopper and Shanks to help Loki. So that before this chapter, we could think that, but this chapter tells us otherwise. And then now that Scopper and Shanks are here, and they see everything, there doesn't make sense for them to be like, yeah, Yarul, you're right. Loki did stab you with Harold's sword. That literally doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, he's saying help Loki while Harold's sword is in his head. And Scopper and Shanks, I'm not saying that they're sword nerds like Tashigi, but I'm pretty sure they can know that Loki doesn't use a sword, brother. Like, Harold had that sword his entire life. Shanks met him with that sword. Like, it's crazy. The symptoms could show up later for Yarul. All right, so then what about Scopper, who's been living here for the last 20 years? You know what I mean? Scopper's like, Yarul, are you forgetting what actually happened? And Yarl's like, shh. Because in your scope of the events, then it's not a conscious decision, right? But in order for Scopper to also keep his mouth shut, it would have to be like a decision that Scopper or Yarul's like, yeah, this is the best way to move. But then that's where I fall back on, it's not his decision. Harold gave Loki the throne, and Loki, there's king. That's it. The past king said the thing. You're defying what that king said. And if the current king doesn't want to be imprisoned, that's what it should be. And they still haven't assigned a new king, so it's like at that point it's like, yeah,
they're saving it for Hyruden.
Yeah. Imagine that. Yarul's reading the newspaper about Loki doing some fuck shit on the overseas. I always knew that brat. The thing is, Yarul doesn't even like Hyruden either. In the Big Mom flashback, he's like, Hyruden, you suck. He's not like you suck ass, but he's like, you're a brat or something. And like Hyruden's like still like getting his he's trying to like train or something with them, whatever it is, and they're not like the kindest to him. But neither is a lot of the Giants. When the Giants were talking about Hyruden before to the Strahds before they landed, they were like, "Oh, that brat." They're talking about Hyruden, the literal oldest son of their beloved king, and they're like, "Yeah, that brat's whatever," you know. They didn't say it into his face, but I guess that's what it's like. I'm sure we're gonna get that later. I'd rather believe that it's a conscious decision, and there is an opening for that. And I think what Sai said earlier is probably the case. It's just that there needs to be like a catalyst for why that makes sense, because there's an 8-year gap between Loki getting imprisoned and this moment. And so what is the gap part, right? This part now, because of this chapter, means that Shanks and Scopper let Loki go, you know, so it didn't start from here. And it's like, is it because he left that he's not king, like, and that they vilified him? Like, is that why?
I think it's because they don't think it's legitimate, though. Like, he killed the king, right? In their mind, he killed the king. So they're probably like, Shanks, oh my god, like, we're not gonna recognize this.
Shanks and Hyruden? Or Scopper?
Yeah.
But they're
no. They probably saw that Loki killed the king, so they're not gonna like. So all of Elbaf won't recognize him as the new king.
Yeah, but that part doesn't need to be the case. It's literally the king's order to not do that.
Yeah, but nobody knows that though.
Yeah, right. So that's why you'd need Yarul to co-sign, which he's not, and you'd need Scopper. Yeah,
he's not going to co-sign that, and then of course Shanks and Scopper probably won't co-sign that either.
Yeah, but if so, the beforehand, if they didn't Scopper and Shanks, knowing that he has the world government seal on him, to be like, oh yeah, Loki killed him for the wrong reason, that would be weirder. What do you mean? What you just said is that Shanks and Scopper wouldn't believe them? Like,
wait, wouldn't believe who?
Like, you said that they won't co-sign it. For what reason?
Yeah, Shanks and Scopper wouldn't co-sign Loki becoming the next king, yes.
Why?
Because they're respecting Loki and Yarl's wishes to not do this. I'm assuming. I am under the assumption that right now Loki and Jarl do not want to besmirch King Harold's name and honor, so that's why they don't tell Elbaf what happened here.
Who and who?
I'm assuming. What?
Loki? No, you said Jarl and.
Yeah, Jarl and Loki. They both do not want to besmirch King Harold's name. So that's why they don't tell Elbaf what happened here. And I'm assuming Scopper and Shanks know about that, so they also keep this all a secret.
Does that make sense for Loki, who even walking into this room slandered his dad and borderline hates him? He literally said that after Rox's death, and he's like, I don't see a reason why. Like, you could convince me that Yarul wants to respect Harold's wishes despite Harold's wishes, which Yarul heard. But I think you'd be harder pressed for me to think that Loki also agrees to that. And to that extent,
I think Loki would agree. I think Loki likes his dad. I do. I think Loki likes his dad enough to not want to besmirch his name.
I don't even know if it would be because it would be like listening to his dad too. Like it's not even that. I could see him not doing it on his own accord, but the fact that his dad told him to, I feel like I don't even know. I don't know. I feel like that's
yeah.
I didn't entertain the idea that I don't know if I can entertain that like he wouldn't want to remilitarize Elbaf and tell them the truth. I feel like that's weirder. The only part that kind of co-ops that, but I feel like it's a different degree because the moment that co-signs it for me would be the Estrid, not Estrid, the alcohol village. He burned it down, didn't explain why, but even if he did, he would still be in prison, but he accepted it. But the two differences there is that he's currently he doesn't want to be imprisoned. If he was accepting of his thing, then but that's why I'm like his imprisonment is separate. His imprisonment is separate. But then his notoriety, that's what's from this moment in this castle, and that's where I'm like, why would he let that be the case, right? And the only way I could see it is if Loki leaves without letting himself choose, right? And that is something we do know. He does leave. The question mark is, does he leave so that he doesn't have to besmirch his family name and he came back to an Elbaf that hates him because Yarul didn't have a better explanation? Like, I could see that version, but the way, like with Scopper, Shanks, and Yarul here, I feel like it's weirder for them not to just support Loki's ascension to the throne. And like, the worst thing that Loki would be doing would be resetting up Elbaf to be against the world government, which again isn't against Harold's wishes, because that's what like letting Loki lead is what Harold wanted. The only version where Scopper and Shanks like are like confused by that is if Yarul says, yeah, that's not true. You know what I mean? But other than that, it's like the moment Harold dies, it's Loki's word. It doesn't matter. And it's even more so the fact, yeah, the guards all die. But like even in this chapter, when the one guard got killed in front of Harold, they weren't even like appalled. They were just like, did we do anything wrong? Like, why did he get killed? They weren't like, Harold, how dare you kill this, right? It's like, why did this happen? You know? So it's like as far as the not believing Loki part, I don't know. I don't know if like Elbaf wouldn't believe the true event because they never tried to, right? And that's where it's like Yarul's complicitness in letting Loki be besmirched is kind of a weird way to kind of like co-sign this when the reality is he didn't get chained up until after. You know what I mean? Like 6 years later or 8 years later, and by Shanks, right? So it's kind of interesting on that front. I don't know. I feel like there's an explanation. We just haven't gotten yet. I don't think it's Yarul's necessarily like incapacitated memory wise. I think he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, but I think it's all on purpose. Like Shanks, I think Shanks knows everything. I think Scopper knows everything. And I think I think this is the decision they all consciously made to just not besmirch King Harold.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's that part. Like I think the only way I think I can agree to that, but I don't know if it's their choice. It has to be Loki's choice. But the question mark,
I mean, is... yeah, that's why I'm saying Loki also has like a role to play in that, right? Like Loki also doesn't want to talk down on his dad.
Right. But what I'm saying is like, I think my part that I'm a little confused by is he got chained up to the island, right? The reputation aside, right? Because if he chooses to do what Harold did, which is, I don't care about my reputation, just say I did it to keep his thing, right? Then he leaves, like some form of exile, right? He returns and there's a bad reputation, which is fine. Hiredin and them never ask because that's his reputation. But he's chained up to the tree and he's brought back to Elbaf, right, by Shanks. That decision making is then interesting, right? Because like why would he do that to Loki?
Shanks?
Yeah, like then I wonder.
I think that's an entirely separate thing.
Right, I know, but I'm saying that like, what did Loki do that made it so that, hey, I'm gonna bring you back to the place that you left to maintain your dad's, like, you know, thing and all that stuff, despite you hating what's being done to Elbaf?
He didn't want the world government to find or to get Loki first. If I had to guess, like if Loki does have that legendary Delaford Ragnir, which I mean we know that he's special to the world government, right? Like they wanted to bring him into the God Knights, and two, he has a special bounty. So it could be that Shanks brought him back to Elbaf because that's the only real way to protect him.
Yeah,
that's
so that
that's my guess.
So because he would run headfirst into the world government, right?
Yeah, that's my guess. Yeah,
he tied him to the tree. Did it have to be Elbaf? I guess that's fine. Yeah, that's probably, I could see that. It depends on what he does. Like, because the other part is, it's like, it's not that what's it called? Like, Emu's even aware of this fruit, turned on autopilot before all this stuff, and we can say that, I think, with certain clarity, because, like, otherwise Shanks is just out there. And those two events are pretty damn near close. It'd be weird to say Emu paid attention to one and not the other. But the interesting thing, I guess, with that is then it's not like just because you're on the ocean and like you have to go to Merdra, right? Like otherwise Harold's entire 80 years on the ocean, he's never been threatened, you know, in that light. Like it's not that problematic. If Loki goes there directly, that's one thing, right? But I almost wonder, I was just like, because it doesn't seem like an agreeable choice. Shanks brought Loki back. But the other thing that Loki is weird about Loki is that he's super nationalistic. Like when he said it to the Holy Knights and what he's saying now and the entire thing about the military thing, that's like the pride of Elbaf. And so it's like he cares, but he doesn't care. But he also is like, didn't he say he would destroy everyone or kill everyone here? And that's about Elbaf too. So there's a lot of interesting things with what he said and how he's going about it. Because I would almost wonder, is like, isn't it a detriment then to like have Loki tied up for Shanks's like grand scheme of things? But maybe it's kind of like the Whitebeard Ace thing, like, hey, now's not the time, you know, do it later. And it's kind of like wait for some other things to happen, right? So Shanks's prerogative is just like a timeline thing. I'll let you go in like 20 or 14 years. And so in that case, like Shanks could let him free on his own now, but Luffy did it. So that'd be an interesting thing. I would like that if Shanks was like, in 14 years, I'll come back and free you. And Loki's like, what? Why? And he's like, don't worry about it. But
the time is right.
Yeah. Do you think Loki knows about the mural?
Yes. I think everybody in Elbaf probably knows about the mural, to be honest. If I had to like guess.
Ooh. Saeed added, the Giants told the Straw Hats on the way to Elbaf that Loki had been sentenced to crucifixion for a few years, but he nearly escaped, and the Warriors had to mobilize in full force to pin him down. Wait, I thought it was that like all of Elbaf couldn't stop him, and then Red Hair got him. But we don't necessarily know I thought it was Shanks that did it. Am I because I remember that conversation, but I don't remember those attributions given to those parties. The Warriors had to mobilize in full force to pin him down. Did they pin him down? I thought Shanks clocked his ass at sea.
It looks like I'm gonna have to go back to that chapter. I don't know. Yeah. I don't remember.
We don't know the order of the events and what role Shanks played in that event.
All we know is that Shanks beat him on the open seas, what, like 8 years ago?
Which lines
that's all we know for sure.
With him being imprisoned. You right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like Saeed said, like we don't know the order of events per se.
Yeah.
We don't know if there's like the first attempt, the second attempt, if there's more than if there's even more than one.
Yeah. This is a crazy chapter.
Okay,
Unironically,
6 years ago. 6 years ago. He was on the open seas for 8 years. Got captured 6. Yeah. So it's 14.
On the open seas, at least he was not tied up for the tree for 8 years, right? I don't know if we know exactly when he leaves Elbaf, but presumably right after this event could make sense, but it could be a year later or something. Also, Lil Broing hired in who needs a crew to go to sea. Loki is just a one-man army in all regards, even navigation. But that would also be
Loki does have like a group of stinky men.
I thought that was on the island.
It's on Elbaf, but he could have found them earlier though. Maybe they came here with them. The stinky men crew.
Yeah. But yeah, this is unironically the longest stream probably of the year, mainly because this got disjointed by the breakup. But I think we hit like almost 7 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So with that, guys, I'm gonna clock out. I'm probably gonna see you again because there's no way I don't stream separate at least one time before the end of the year. But that being said, I do not want a chapter next week. Oda, if you're listening. I
don't want a chapter either. Please, Oda. No, not even. It's not an Oda thing. Leakers, please don't get the chapter. It's Christmas. Please.
Yeah. Well, I'm asking Oda because Oda could use the mafia connections. You know, we know he has.
Yeah, Oda could like stop Shonen Jump from like sending the magazines out in general.
Yeah, or like he lets that happen, but he uses the Yakuza to be outside of every single store that sells it, and then there's like, hey, yeah, you know what happens if this gets online, you know what's good.
I'm gonna break your knees.
Yeah, I know Oda has that. I know Oda has motion like that. Come on. But yeah, hopefully I don't get sick again. I was sick for way too long, and that was
everybody's
crazy.
Getting sick.
Yeah,
my wife is sick right now. She's dying.
Yeah, the new flu is yikes. It's crazy. My wife got it.
But if you die to the flu, I mean, you're getting no diff by like a disease. What are you doing?
Nah, this one is kind of wild. I like the joint. I had joint pain. I'm like, bro, what?
That's just because you're fucking old, dude.
No. Because like,
what were you like? You're the dragon.
This one is different because like, it might affect girls more than guys actually, because like it usually is my wife tanks. What?
I'm a solid advocate that we guys have really bad, like when we get sick, we get sick.
Yeah.
But we're good at tanking physical damage though. That's my headcanon.
Well, that's because testosterone at the levels we normally have them as when we're younger. Testosterone and steroidal hormones suppress your immune system, which is why for COVID or anything they said like these are the comorbidities, but also if you are for whatever reason taking steroids, you are also included in that group because your immune system's suppressed. And technically I'm in that because like my I have to take a lot of thyroid hormones, so that also elevates a level of suppression of my hormone of my immune system. But yeah, guys do have that. But that's why I'm like, I had it bad, really bad, and you know at that point my wife wasn't sick, so and she's just like, you know, yeah, you're sick, but then she got it and I was like, oh, it is really bad, isn't it, huh? I wasn't memeing, was I? And she's like, nah, this one hit like a truck, and I'm like, and so she thought it was COVID, but we got tested. It was not COVID. It was the flu. And sometimes the flu does do that, but like this one felt like foreign. This one felt like a alien disease.
It felt like a strong one. A Yonko caliber threat.
Yeah.
Girls take periods, so they're not as affected.
It's not the same
but the thing with girls is that they don't experience the sperm cramps that we guys have. So we guys generally go through more pain daily than girls ever do.
Well, that doesn't support why getting sick would hurt us more and Psy's gonna inflicting the pain. That's not exactly how that works, but yeah. I mean, estrogen as a hormone is more powerful than testosterone, but the difference is that like when they say like PMS and whatever, Like that's usually because your estrogen goes down to the point that testosterone is now imbalanced higher. So that aggression is the testosterone, but they're not used to that because their baseline is estrogen. But estrogen as a superpower is way crazy. Like estrogen is related to water retention, which makes sense with pregnancy. But that water retention also makes it so that, like, in terms of head injury, women are way more durable than men. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. So, like, CTE type things, the women are more likely
so what
to,
Par
like,
is saying is that you should test it out on your loved ones. Hit them in the head and see if they tank it.
Hey, I mean, they had to deal with a lot of they didn't have rights until like 40 years ago. Someone was trying to take Shirahoshi's right.
Yeah, maybe that was a mistake.
Yeah,
as Par usually says.
I'm sure Sai watches a lot of people who agree with him. But as far as what we say here, women deserve it, and they're very powerful. But there are
in my
certain
household, they still can't vote.
Because you're in Oklahoma. The education didn't hit there yet.
It's in the next patch.
Yeah. The last superintendent, he was trying to teach other things.
Par, I have a genuine question. In the last like hour of the streams, why do we always get more racist and misogynistic? Is there like a reason for that?
Wait, we are not. You are the one who in the last minute are saying things that you have to constantly look over your wife. Please don't hit me. I'm joking. I didn't say any of that. I'm not. This is not a we anything in this moment.
No, this is a we thing, dude. You're
just saying that you're saying I
no, literally. That's like saying that the getaway driver isn't responsible for the robbery. No, yeah, fuck yeah, you are.
The getaway driver. What am I getting you? I'm not picking you up from your wife and like, hey, Sai, it's time to bowl because I know your wife's gonna beat your ass for everything you said. I'm not getting you away from anything. The fuck you mean, like?
I don't know, man.
You can't leave me hanging here. Your wife is seeing me on the screen and she's like, please tell me they're both this problematic. And then you're just like, yeah, it's him too. Watch. I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna say.
I told my wife that you don't really speak English.
Yeah. Surely she believes that. All these years you've been speaking to an illiterate, not English speaking. Yeah. It just kind of sounds like a call center. Oh yeah, when you call.
So is he still trying to sell you Microsoft?
Oh God!
Hey, honey, that Indian man you talked to online how much money have you given him yet?
Yeah. Keep in mind, guys. Sai said that in his household, women can't vote. That's crazy. I didn't say that. I don't know how he can say that out loud again and not get like a pinch over or something. But I don't know what you're talking about. The damned, I'm on side. What side is Sai is on survival side at the moment. He just wants to have me be killed by his wife too. He's like, you turned my husband into this evil racist person. Oh God. What was I gonna say before this? Yeah. On that note, guys, thank you for tuning into the Knockup stream. For hopefully is the wrong word, but like. If I stream again, it's not going to be the Knockup stream because the leakers won't leak.
Oh.
And
yeah. Hopefully next week. I guess what's the telltale sign? It's weird because like, as a guy that makes a lot of like fucking videos every day about One Piece, it's like, do I put these videos out now or do I stagger them out throughout the week? But it's like, I got to put them out now. Because I don't know if the chapter's going to be out.
Everyone has to treat Sai like the groundhog, Punxsutawney, the groundhog in Pennsylvania. It tells us if it's going to snow or not. If Sai is quiet on Tuesday on Twitter. Yeah. Wait, do you post on? Oh, wait, actually, hold on. I don't even know.
I post every day of the week.
No, like you post YouTube videos, right?
Yeah, but every day of the week.
But then if there's not spoiler videos by Tuesday, then that's how we know that they're delayed, right? Is that what we're saying? The chapter's not coming, right?
The easiest thing to do is Sunday, Monday, if you want to know like advanced, you'd get like Red on Twitter.
No,
and if he doesn't post a hint, then there's no chapter.
Yeah, but I'm trying to help the people who know you but don't particularly go into the spoiler thing if they want to know if a chapter's not coming out. You know what I mean?
Oh, the earliest sign for a chapter would be Monday night because that's when I go over Red On's GIF hints. So
And then do you post a spoilers 1170? I can't believe this happened on Monday. And then if that doesn't
big ass post.
Yeah, and if that doesn't come out,
if you don't see that Tuesday, no chapter.
Okay. See, that's.
But I don't know. I mean, like I said, there have been times where spoilers drop on like a Friday.
True.
Just because, like, the weird break. So I don't know.
Yeah. So if that happens, guys, see you then. Maybe, probably. I don't think I was not gonna be home, but circumstances ahead, I'll be home. But hopefully, I'm home and healthy, and hopefully, you guys are all too. That extends out to you, Oda. I know you're a viewer by directly or indirectly. I see you in South Africa, so I'm sure on the plane you watch some of us YouTubers, namely Sai. Maybe you feel like you have something similar with him. I don't know, but yeah. And thank you, Sai, for the great year of One Piece chapter reactions.
I wouldn't want to spend this year with anybody else other than you, Par.
And Brago and Jay and Morge
and Dak Sake
and
and everybody else I talked to, Teching as well. Rogers base, yeah.
The appropriate response is like, I'm sure you only say that to me, son.
I say that to everybody. I think once a year I have like a sappy post where I'm like, hey, thank you guys for being great friends. And I tag like you, Jay, and everybody. I'm like, yeah, thank you guys. It was a fun year.
Yeah. And so new video status. I will, even if the post is 8 minutes, I know that the only reason why that video is not out is because there's a priority, and if it comes down to I'm on the last day, I'll post an 8-minute video. But
I can't wait until Par puts out the video and it's all AI.
Absolutely not. That's disgusting. But people have told me that my voice is AI, and I'm like, no, that's me recording into the mic, guys. No, ironically, at the end of some of my shorts, like at the end of when I start posting, people are like, someone said this guy just steals content and it's all AI. He uses AI to mimic a ParVision from TikTok. And I'm like, I'm ParVision. I literally had to write that.
That's me.
These are my videos. But
That's
it was
funny.
like an OG like a long time ago. So they might not have come onto YouTube yet, but they knew me from TikTok. And I did post there. But they thought that I was stealing my own content. I was like, no, that's me. I am that. And there was, so that person did that. That was memorable because I just showed that to my wife and I was like, am I reading this correctly? Does he think that I'm stealing me and I'm AI? Like, that's crazy. When my logo is the same, I'm the same, like everything's the same. But yeah, so that did happen. And then other people were like, this voice is AI. He just copies Philip DeFranco. And I was like, no, I just watched Philip DeFranco.
Philip DeFranco in 2025?
Wait, what do you mean Philip DeFranco in 2025? Philip DeFranco's
nasty, dude.
That's crazy.
I used to be a big Philip DeFranco fan, man.
Yeah, until he was against the God King, right? That's crazy.
No, he's always been against the God King. It's just, I don't know. Philip DeFranco for me is kind of fallen off.
I watch his,
there's this new guy that I love listening to. His name's Nick Fuentes.
That makes sense. It makes sense, honestly.
I'm kidding. My wife like shaking her head over here.
Yeah. Nah, he's lying about his wife shaking his head.
The God King, dude.
She left the room. If she was in the room, she might roast his ass. But don't let side deceive you guys. He said it. Take him at word value, face value, guys.
Take everything I say at face value. Yes.
Yeah. What was it?
Yeah, I stopped watching Franco though. That's a real thing. I don't know.
I mean, his videos I watch and read more, but like I like his shorts. His shorts are good. Yeah. I mean, the full videos I always dipped out on some of the less important news, and some videos got longer, so I just watch shorts now. But I also read a bunch of other stuff. Anyways,
I trust AI Par with my life. Yeah, AI Par is a fun Par.
Yeah. Any version of Par is probably a good Par. But that being said, guys, this is 2025 Par signing out. The Par that didn't post a video, and maybe I change that by the end of the year. Not maybe 100%. But with that being said, guys, hopefully you guys have a happy holidays, healthy holiday, and hopefully, you know, agreeable end of the year. It's gonna be crazy 2026, guys. So let's see what where we end up. But yeah, peace out, guys. Have fun. Thank you guys for supporting.